mansion with no soul. Behind closed doors saw the mess they control. Elrond's legacy built on broken dreams, but Nora's here, tearing apart at the seams. Raised in the code, found truth on the screen. Therapy sessions where the pain's unseen. Healing from the past with stories that sting. Oh no more, live that freedom ring.
Oh my goodness, I'm hearing myself twice because I've got it open in another tab. Make it stop. Make me stop. But hello, and welcome back to the Garage. You're here on Raised in Scientology with me, Nora. Today, thank you. Thank you so much. Applause, guys. Just so I feel all the love. So here's the sitch, guys. We have, a lot to go over from last night. I have spent this entire morning combing over as much video as I possibly could. I'd been doing it last night. Yesterday was my wife's birthday, so please everyone say happy birthday to my wife. We had a lovely time, and I almost poisoned myself to death in the air of seafood. I've realized my allergy to that has not gone away, and I shouldn't be in a restaurant where people are just cracking open crab and lobster, spraying that in the air. So that was fun. I won't be doing that anytime soon again. Yeah. So I'm going to bring Kelly on here in a minute, who has just time traveled from Los Angeles back to her home. Please be kind. Let's just listen. I know everybody has a lot of theories. I had a lot of theories last night until I rewatched this footage, and some things have become abundantly clear, and there's still a lot of questions. I want to be 100% honest with you guys. This is not for us to lay down the law on what is or isn't the all-encompassing scenario, but what I do want to do is lay out a comprehensive timeline here, as I've discovered via all the videos, and what we factually know, okay? Because that's super important so that we can all close our minds in the very, very scary stories that are all out there, and all the things that all the roads we've been going down. So let's start with the videos, and Kelly, I'm going to bring her on right now. Big round of applause, everybody, for Kelly. Here she is. Look at you. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. As always, my friend. How are you feeling? Are you just running on adrenaline right now?
Yeah. And some probably a little espresso still from overnight.
And some espresso. Okay. Well, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, for sure. What are we going to do? That's how that goes. Let's get you in here. We'll make ourselves the same. Then I'm not bigger than you. We're the same. We're equal rights here on my show, always. All right, guys, if you haven't been paying attention and you're not subscribed to Kelly at The Inquisitive Inquirer, please subscribe. Please go look at her coverage. It's been actually really tremendous, Kelly. I just wanted to say before we dive into the, so much footage, and I have it broken up into little segments. So we're not just going to, because you and Scotty were broadcasting yesterday for 3 hours each. Scotty's was 4, and then you did another one after that. I'm just talking about the first one before you guys ended up at the police station. So, yeah. How has that been? How was the last weekend protesting out there and talking to people during this whole IAS Heroes Week? How was that overall before all this happened?
I'm I don't know what. First of all, I don't know what just happened.
Right.
Can I just comment 2 things?
Absolutely.
I don't care. I really don't. So whatever I need you to not have a reaction to this. It's the Intuitive Inquirer.
Oh, the Intuitive Inquirer. I'm sorry. I apologize.
No.
I get things wrong every 30 seconds. So please correct me if I get something incorrect. I don't have a thing on that. The Intuitive Inquirer. She's also inquisitive, but that's just not her name on YouTube.
That's why I always tell people, just go in YouTube and find Kelly Scientology.
It will take you right to her page, literally, if you just type in Kelly Scientology. And I'll be honest, that's how I find your page most times when I'm looking for it.
Me too. Me too. I just can't change it now. But,
Yeah.
yeah, so but the reason I also bring it up is because it was such a, like, fast and furious, what the hell just happened? It
Mm-hmm.
was a whole lot of intuitive checking, like gut check, where to go, when to go.
Yeah.
And especially by yesterday, I was so tired. Everything was a gut check, everything. I was like, my brain won't work, so I have to just gut check everything.
Yeah.
And it was, I think it was actually like it was really obviously it felt like very eventful,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
pardon the pun because of the event, but also the contrast between the public having their soiree and their hip hip hoorays
Yeah.
to always seeing just the Sea Org there and the doom and gloom and the depression of it all.
Yeah.
And then seeing the doom and gloom lead up to that and then having the two at the same time was like, it gave me a lot of insight into talking to the Sea Orgians.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure. Because it's, there's always that contrast there, that there's always that stark divide between the celebration and the reality for Sea Org members. You get those brief moments where you go to an event and sometimes you get dressed up in your upstat clothes, and then you get to sit and not work for just a couple hours because you're also part of the audience and you're expected to stand and clap every 20 seconds and all this other stuff. But it's a chance to not be in the org. You go sometimes. Now they do a lot of those events now at in the parking lot there right outside LA Org, and they had started those in the late 90s when they really didn't want to keep using like the Shrine Auditorium for every single one. Because it was just cheaper. They didn't have to pay for a space. They just paid, and they weren't even putting up tents then in the 90s. It was just like al fresco, and that was really when we started getting some of our first protesters. And then they started putting up the barrier walls on Sunset because people weren't walking down L. Ron Hubbard Way or Catalina. They would just try to like shout stuff from Sunset. Because I think people were still really, really scared of Scientology, and they would hire all the cops and everything to be out there. And what I'm noticing as a contrast is that because you guys are there, they have buttoned it down so much. Like that footage you got, which will not be in this thing, but the footage that you got of the loading dock area where they've put up like this temporary wall structure so you can't see them walking into the tunnels or walking into the dining area or anywhere else out there, to just like, they can't have anyone be recognized. The kid who put on the sunglasses, like, what are you, in the witness protection program? What's happening? Like, it's funny to me. And they have these armed security guards now because they want their security to be out less and less. Because you guys talk to them too much. You remind them of their family and their names, and it's a problem for them because they don't want anyone to get influenced by you guys, because you are an external influence. That's what they call people on the outside that like have any sort of influence that isn't Scientological. You're an external influence, right? So you're very dangerous, even though you're just there, like literally having the most polite conversations in the world with everybody, which I love, but you are dangerous. That's how Scientology sees you. You're a danger. Like,
I love that.
Yeah. I mean, that's you're and I see that Scott's in the chat here. I love you, but you're even more dangerous than Scotty, because Scotty's flamboyant. He's loud. He's like in your face. And I love that too. Like when he's out there with the costumes and the things and he's just, wild, right? That's very him. It's very, as the judge put it in his case, it's theater, but you're just out there. You're just a person. Right? You don't have except for when you wore the FBI getup for Halloween, you don't normally wear like a thing. You know what I mean? You're just you. And that's even more dangerous than somebody who's, more of a showman, like Scotty, because they think people won't pay attention to the showman. They're totally paying attention to him. But like,
Yeah.
you're more dangerous because it's just you going like, hey, how are you doing? Like, why are you getting paid? Did you have dinner? Do you need food? Like, like, It's just like, like anything you would ask somebody who looks like they, need stuff, So yeah, but let's get into last night. I have put together this timeline because you and Scott saw things at different times, and then there's times where your streams cross over. Okay, so Scotty,
Yeah.
don't copyright strike me. I'm gonna use some of your clips. Okay, so all right. So the first clip we're gonna go to,
I might.
you're gonna copyright strike me. All right. Well, it will be worth it because let's get this out to the people. All right. So this is from Scotty's stream. He had started streaming like an hour earlier than you did. Okay. Because he was just there and he was driving around a little bit. And then when he got to there, but he had been on live, like you guys are exactly an hour apart. Okay. But you guys both saw things at like slightly different times. So in looking at the car, that was the dad's car. This is when I believe they arrive at the event. Now, ignore what Scotty's talking about here, guys, because he's talking about somebody else who's using his stuff and is another troll just dedicated to Scott, unfortunately. But he's having a good time with it. So if you watch in the lower left-hand portion of the screen, you will see what I believe to be the car drive by. We're just going to watch this little clip
My
here.
picture and my name,
Solomon.
VOA, 10,000, 12,000 views.
Okay, they
I'll take
got
an
a
extra
lot of
10,000 people to
views
come and see
talking
me.
about Scotty, and there it goes, right there. That is them arriving at the event. Okay, so this is approximately, where did I put in my notes? Because I took notes on all this. This is approximately like 4:30-ish. They arrive. Okay, somewhere around there, but they get there before 5 or just around 5. Okay, so Scotty sees this. Then we're going to go to you. This is before you make it all the way around down to Fountain. Okay. And you get a picture of their car. This is about, I want to say, a few minutes after that. Okay. So right here, we're playing it. Now pay attention to the hubcaps here. That's how I identified the car. Okay. So this is their car in the parking lot before the event, before everything happens. Okay. Then Scotty's sitting outside, and this is approximately a 5 to 10 minute window between Scotty seeing the dad and you seeing the daughter run. So here's Scotty in his van. There's the dad. Okay. And I want everyone to note the suit that he is wearing. It is a deep purple suit with a very distinct yellow or tannish fedora. Scotty's like, watch out for this guy, right?
Yeah.
He walks right up to Scott.
Scientology event's canceled.
And then Scott's going to pull his chain here and tell him that the event was canceled.
Really? Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, sorry. They just came out and told us.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We came far away from
So he says, we came from far away.
see something and they canceled us.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Right. And Scotty's like basically telling him, it's
They
canceled.
just told us.
He can only see the front of Scotty's RV right now that doesn't have all the Scientology's occult stuff on it. And the back of the van of the RV rig is all in on the side. So this guy hasn't registered. Now this is why I believe already right now. Okay. Now if you know anything about, if you're a parent out there, okay. When you have lost your child for even a moment, okay, I lost my kid in a Target once. I almost had a heart attack trying to find them. Okay. They were fine. They were under a little rack. They're playing a little hide and seek and stuff. Okay. But as a parent, if something is going on with your kid and you are not in control of it, your obnosis skills, as they would say in Scientology, are none. Okay. You are laser focused on that thing. So this conversation between him and Scott is super weird. Right. But I believe at this moment, it is my hypothesis that he was already in the process of finding out something was going on with his daughter because of how he reacts and everything. Right.
I hope you have a better day.
So now he walks in front of Scotty's car. He's looking at it. And then he goes around the side. Okay. And Scotty's waiting. He doesn't react yet. Solomon's still sitting there. He comes back around. He goes all the way around. And now he goes Scotty's going to crack up here for a little bit. But now you see how he's walking really fast, like really, really fast. Okay. And so he walks up. I'm going to put this at 2x speed just so you guys can see. Okay. So he walks up. It's really fast. Now it's even faster. It's like cartoon speed here. So he walks across the street. Now Solomon and DOA now have a conversation about how silly it was that this guy believed him. You can see him. There he goes out of the shot right over there. Okay. And now in just a moment, he's going to come back, right? Solomon didn't say anything. Okay. He went, this is the last place that we saw him there. Okay. So this family crosses the street. This man has gone somewhere down Sunset towards Catalina, towards the parking lot. Okay. That family crosses, and now here he comes back. Okay. He's coming back. Sorry, that was the wrong person. He's coming back in just a second here. And now he starts, like, there's a lot of commotion here at this point. Scott is talking about how he's going to dress up as a Sea Org security guard. This is when he comes back in.
And guide them, tell them to go back into the building. There's agitators here.
There you go. See, that's not him.
Yeah, I mean, I could just wear
Let me
the
put
fucking
it back
vest
at
and
regular
whole
speed
security
here
outfit,
so you guys can see.
You can find pictures of us, just customize it.
So Solomon rides his bike up.
That was the greatest. I do stuff.
Yeah, this guy's little
How
scooter.
do you say
his
that?
little
With the
scoot
because
scoot.
fucking, I could bolt, dude. I'm a magician. I'm a magician. Like I could play a part. Like I know patter.
Okay, and then here he is. He's come back now. Okay, so that was about 2 minutes of time, maybe 3, and there he is again. Scotty sees him.
I think he's crossing the street.
He's back at the corner. And then they see him and he goes and they don't see where he goes. Okay. So then we're going to go to you, Kelly. I'm going to put this at 0.25x. Just, it's going to take a second and make it go longer, but you can actually more clearly hear. Where are you going?
Nowhere. Why do you think I'm going so? No,
I don't know. You're just stretching. Stretch it out. Stretch it out. Okay. Go ahead.
I'm getting my phone charger because I'm still transitioning, and I should tell
take
people
a second, and then we'll play this
home
together. Go for it.
last night and haven't slept for.
I know
like
she hasn't
48
slept
hours.
at all, guys. Hang on one sec. Yes, it is a scooter. Everyone, calm your tits. It's a scooter. I know this.
I'm sorry. Nora.
No, take your time, Kelly. Take your time. Take your time. So the next segment, guys, I want to. This is going to be Kelly's segment when she comes back, but I want to play this at 0.25 speed because you can actually clearly hear at that point what the kid is asking Kelly. Okay. As you guys can see, I've put a lot of. There are many tabs for us to go over here. Many, many tabs. Say it in Scottish. I don't know if I can do that. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay. Yeah, Kelly's stretching now. I need to stretch. Oh. Guys, this has been very. Oh, what'd you do?
For fuck's sake. Pardon my.
It's all right.
I'm pretty sure the technology problem is your fault.
It's my fault.
You manifest this?
There we go. Yeah, I always manifest technology problems. Apparently, that's my niche.
Okay.
There we go. Okay, now you're going to hear yourself at 0.25x speed, Kelly. So don't be alarmed. But then you can hear what she says more closely. So here we go. It's kind of magical, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it.
No, you don't have
You don't have to have sunglasses in the shade. No. See, like, this is the way I'm talking about. You can't see. It's not safe. Like, this is helpful information for him. It's not even, you're not even being mean.
Safety first.
get there. I don't want to move it up.
Sir. Young man, I will not film you.
See, now you turn your camera away. This is the important part, why I
Right.
brought it up this early. And you point your camera a little bit down the street here. Okay? Coming into view, and let me move myself here because I'm blocking you. Get out of there, Nora. Is this gentleman here who's going to walk in front of you in a second. I'm going to put myself right under you here. So
And the sound is like totally necessary. This is needed for this.
yeah. That's the wind. That's the wind in slow motion. Okay. So then you go back to this kid. You're telling me his storage place was open, which, by the way, is correct. That is out security.
Trying to help.
So it was actually helpful what you were saying to him.
It's open. I don't want
Sound very.
Oh, no, he would absolutely get in trouble for that. That's 100% guaranteed.
to.
You're welcome. Okay, so now you turn back around and you stop here. And that guy that we saw a second
You're
ago,
back. I'm here because I
and he's going to walk by here in a
care
second.
about you.
Here he comes. Because now you're stepping back. You noticed the guy was walking, so you got out of his way, off the sidewalk.
I never left the sidewalk, Your Honor.
Here he is. That's the guy that we saw earlier in the shot. Now, I have tried to find, and I looked, there's no way to tell, because we're going to see her in just a second here. Boom. Where they came from. Because your camera's pointed all the way over there, so we know she wasn't running down Catalina. It's possible she was running straight down Fountain. Okay, but in the interim where your camera was pointed down, unless you have a recollection of like her crossing that street or crossing over, but she just appears there. The logical thing is looking at her running gait is that she was coming down Fountain. Go ahead.
No, pardon me.
Okay.
That's what sign language for. I think you're onto something.
Okay, good. So it looks like she had been running for a bit down Fountain. Okay, and this is where the slowdown comes in handy.
Yeah.
So I've listened to this 10 times. She says, "Do you know where the liquor mart is?" And I had to slow it down to be able to hear that. So she says, "Excuse me." You say yes. She says, "Do you know where the liquor mart is?" And then you say, "No, I'm sorry, I don't." Okay. So right after this, okay, and I looked up the map. There is the Fountain Liquor. Here's L. Ron Hubbard Way. You guys encountered each other. Let's pull up this map. Pull up the map. Anyway, you guys encountered each other on this corner here. It's just, there we go. Can I just, why can't I just have that? Anyway, so you got, let's zoom in a little bit more. Okay. So you guys encountered each other right here, right there on Fountain by the blue building. And the liquor mart is here. And then she ended up going down New Hampshire this way. Or did she go left on New Hampshire? Did she go up New Hampshire or down New Hampshire when you went? When you walked,
I didn't.
did you turn left on New Hampshire or right?
Oh, well, if she continued down Fountain, which I assume she did, she had made a right and headed south.
On New Hampshire. So she was this
Yes.
way. She didn't make, she saw you, you said, "I don't know." And then she went down the first street that she encountered, which was New Hampshire. She didn't
In
make it to
theory.
the liquor store, which is past New Hampshire.
In theory.
In
yeah.
theory.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, Nora, actually.
Oh,
Pardon.
no. Okay. Yes.
I believe she did get to the liquor store. So, well, first of all, I want to tell you there's a bit of a delay. So I'm watching the screen with,
Yeah.
I'm catching
The
up
YouTube
with-
has a slight delay. Yeah.
But okay, so now I see. So that liquor store, yeah, she did go into that liquor store.
Okay. You guys have talked to somebody from the liquor store about that?
MD Media did.
Okay, perfect. So she went into that liquor store. So my guess, I didn't even talk to him about it yet, but that was my guess. That was my guess on the liquor store that she was looking for based on the direction she was running and the proximity. The only other choice for liquor stores in that area would have been one that's at the other end of New Hampshire, that's also a liquor store as well, which is down here. But my guess was that she was looking for this one because it's more noticeable. Where did you go? Boom. Than the other one. Like it's on Fountain. So I was pretty sure that was the one that she was going for. And turns out I was right. So then the next thing that happens after you see her, okay, is you get called across the street or something by the guy in the yellowy green sweatshirt, whoever that guy is, and you're disgusted with him because you're like disgusting. And then this happens. So you're walking, and there goes Odo, booking it past you in the direction of the liquor store and eventually where they find the girl. Okay. So we have this on camera. That's why he was booking it. Right. So Odo's booking it down the street. Okay. Then the next thing that happens is you then turn back up L. Ron Hubbard Way. You encounter various different people. Okay. And let's see what happens here.
But it doesn't go to help people.
We got a runner. Go. Red team, go.
And that is the dad running through the parking lot. The first time I watched this footage, because I was watching it completely out of sequence, I thought this was a staff member that was running through the parking lot. Now, why? And let's just pause here for a second, okay? Because we're going to get to some procedure here. So you saw Odo booking down the street. Then you walked up LRH Way, which took you about 5 minutes, okay? Because there was like different people that you were encountering. And then we see the dad running, okay? And then we're going to go to the next steps. Why, and this is the key question, why would Odo be already on his way somewhere 5-6 minutes before the dad is now flying into action? Here's the reason why. And I'm going to get to the answer in a second because this will explain it. Okay, because Odo's on the scene and he's doing all this stuff. Let's go to the Sharzy screen to the next one. The next one is you at the top of the sidewalk. I'm going to go a little bit ahead here. You encounter your server from the other night. He's super cute. Okay, this is again at quarter speed, guys. So right here, again, notice the hubcaps, notice the car. This is the dad, and I think his girlfriend or wife who's driving. He's in the passenger seat right here, yelling at the cops. So please listen. He says, we called 911. He's talking to the cops. Like, what are you doing? We called 911.
This was the run.
He says, we called 911 for my daughter, and he's screaming it.
Okay, we're not here for that.
And the cop says, okay, we're not here for that. Then, what happens next?
Here for something else.
We're here for something else.
Pardon me, ma'am.
What's the emergency?
So then the cop says, what's the emergency? And then he takes off. Okay. So he takes off down the street. Now we're going to watch a little bit more of this clip, but at normal speed, guys, normal speed.
I don't know. I saw him running out of the Scientology building, though, and around here, and now I see him in the car leaving.
So you're correct. That was the guy that was running, and now he's taken off in this car. The cops are now totally confused because, as I'm recalling from all the other stuff, they were called because Scotty and Solomon were like causing a disturbance, allegedly. And the cops were there to make sure that nobody was disturbing their event because Kelly had been, maliciously and vehemently talking to people and letting them know that their donated money was not going where it was going. Just horrific things that you guys were doing. And that's why the cops were actually called to begin with, because Scotty and Solomon, I wasn't going to play that clip, but they spotted the cops coming much earlier and had like turned around and put their Scotty's rig at the other end of L. Ron Hubbard Way. Okay.
I don't know. May I ask what you are here for, if you're able to share?
Yes, I'm Officer Seguridad, Partner Officer Nurse. We're just here for an investigation of a 415 group. That's it.
So they're here for an investigation of a 415 group. So I didn't pull that up in my Google, unfortunately. Let's do that because let's have all the facts here. So that is police lingo. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Google, for listening. Police Code 415 stands for disturbing the peace. They're there to investigate disturbing the peace. That's what Scientology's accusing everybody of, because they are just, you can get charged with it if you play excessively loud music, fight someone, or use offensive or threatening language. I don't need a lawyer right now, but thank you, website, whatever you are. All right.
Well, speaking as an unlicensed but highly skilled, highly trained lawyer,
Mhm.
I want to go on record. A single person can get a 415 action.
Mhm.
So their use of Scientology's use of the 415 group, I found to be quite deliberate. So
Oh,
for the
100%.
record, Your Honor,
They're
not a
still trying to
group.
make, like, it's the whole argument Kendrick Moxon was making in Scotty's case earlier, that there was a gang, and I put that
Yeah.
in huge air quotes. There was no gang, but they kept trying to characterize the protesters as a gang. So when they call in these, just BS taxpayer suck calls, right? I would love for somebody out there in the audience who's much smarter than me to tell me how much it costs every time police, like per patrol unit, are called to a scene for any of these various infractions. And we should just do it we should add it up. How much taxpayer money has been spent on these ridiculous calls over this past year? And I think that's something that needs to be brought up at these city councils. I mean, I just don't know what it costs per time, per police officer, whatever, per fire engine, all this stuff, because it is, at this point, it's a ridiculous amount of money. It's a ridiculous amount. And it's for Scientology, who pays no taxes, none, to the city of Los Angeles. They do not pay a dime in taxes, yet they are getting the premier treatment and protection from the police, who then their hands are tied and they can't go in those buildings to investigate anything that we are all telling them that's going on there. So it's a little ridiculous that taxpayer money is going to that. And Audit LA knows. Okay, I'll hit Audit up. But yeah, it's nuts. That's a nuts burger. But that's not even what we're talking about tonight. So then you continue to have this conversation with the police, which is very important.
I'm sorry. Of a 415 what? Group. It's not a group, I'm certain. I almost think I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
By chance, was it possibly a bullshit call, and you have to investigate if that's a legit call or not? Maybe, who knows?
I mean, how are they investigating it when they're standing on a corner where none of you are? That's my question. Anyway.
They were, sorry.
What were they doing? No, go ahead.
They were waiting to meet. That was their location, waiting for
for more cops.
No, to wait for Scientology security to show up.
Oh, for the security guard. Okay, who is going to enter stage left here in a moment?
Things, eh? I guess that's all calls to the police, huh? So, what was the report? What'd they say? What's a 415? I'm common folk.
Public disturbance.
Public disturbance. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the person reporting right now. So.
Oh, I think that might have been them.
I don't know.
So now you're trying to imply that the people who left, who had called 911 for their daughter, are the people that were reporting and not.
Yeah, well,
No. So what were you saying? Did somebody else roll up then?
I was pointing at that point down. I don't know. Again, the
right,
delay, I
because he
can't
shows
remember.
up. Yeah.
I was pointing to the man
Security
that
guard?
speaks Spanish. That's the main controlling, very close to my body, Scientology top security. But he
Right,
always
those
wears
two
plain
guys.
clothes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
their radio just said something about Scientology. I wish I had my Broadcastify on right now.
You a blogger?
I change it up depending on the situation. It depends on what I'm doing. Usually it's just documenting shit. I'm a documenter. I'm
This
also
guy-
a community educator.
He actually,
so I
he
try to
actually like
educate
looked a
people
little
about
like actual
what's going on.
sincere asking you the questions. And then here he
That
comes. You look
gentleman
that way,
might be the one that called.
but then
He's their
who's there now?
one of their top security guys.
What do you do as a security?
How do you do that? I can't talk with the radios on. Oh, there it is. Security.
And then he just appears. All these people are like, they're like genies just popping up, right? You're looking one way, boom. So here's the security guard. I have no idea who this kid is. He's like, looks like he's 10 and a half, but I'm also old. He's definitely, you know, to be in security, you have to be at least 16. That was the old rules. So I don't know how old this kid is. But anyway, he rolls up on the cops. So he's basically telling them, like, we know, yes, but in a second, he's going to tell them that this group, the big nuisance, forget about them. We need to focus on this kid. And he's on the phone with the guys in Castle.
It's about a child.
The reason why he's using a phone and not his radios is because they know that you guys can listen in on the radios. So they're using cell phones now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And okay. And what did you just say? Castle what? Who?
Castle is, well, that's what they used to call it in CC. That's the headquarters where they have all the monitors for all the cameras and everything. So like, you know, when you're walking down Catalina and there's the little horseshoe area, inside those doors directly to the left is security. That's where all the security guards are. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. So this guy, he got told, get on your bike, go out there. And then he's got his phone and they're telling him, you know, he's just the messenger boy. So they're telling him what to say and the codes and everything, but he's not going to use his radio because they figured out that you guys can intercept that now. There used to be private channels. Jackson helped set those up, the private airwaves channels, but clearly they have not kept up paying for that. So they're probably just on public channels now. So there you go. But let's finish up here. So they're talking. So he says it's about a child. So we're more interested in that. That's what he says. So now they're looking around. And he's trying to get the information on where the kid went.
It's about a small child. There's 2 calls, and he's saying, PAC security, Scientology security, saying that the other call's more important.
Yeah. So now they're like, okay, if there's a child endangerment, and they probably just heard it over their radio. Okay.
Yeah.
That now they go to their car and they're going to confer. And you do your best here to try and talk to the security guard and the cops to give them as much information as possible.
Oh, there's a kid lost? Oh my goodness.
So he did say there something about a sweatshirt. And so you're remembering here the kid you ran into that asked you about the liquor store.
The the young kid was asking me where the liquor store is. That kiddo? With the green shirt on?
So go to New Hampshire. Yeah, New Hampshire.
You should be. He's what?
So he says 1219. I don't know what that means.
It was the address.
Oh, 1219. Oh, on New Hampshire. Okay. So he tells him 1219. Let's go. We're at this one. Okay.
Forest green shirt, right? Come on, help me help them. The forest green shirt, yes?
So he's ignoring you. You can see in the shadow that he's like putting his head to
They
the
were looking for
phone.
something. They asked for my help, and I said I didn't know.
In the car or the child?
The kid, and they're about this.
Okay, so here's where procedure comes into play. And we're going to go back to Odo booking down the street. And then the dad running, and then the cops, getting information from security to cancel the original call and go after this kid. So there's a little known fact that when you are in the vicinity of a Scientology building, okay, if you use a Scientology phone to call 911, that call will be intercepted and disconnected because everything runs through a central operator. At any time that you are making a phone call on a Scientology, like their hard-lined phones, somebody can listen in on that at any moment. And there's also, if you dial 911, security is immediately alerted that that number has been dialed. So they would have already known. Now, because this dad was using his cell phone, okay, they wouldn't have been able to disconnect the call and fully take over the whole thing. So when you see him running and he has his phone to his ear and he is booking it through that thing, he's on the phone with 911. In between the time that you saw him run, okay, and then the car came, he was most likely intercepted by someone in security or just simply by a SEERG member who was like, what's happening? Because that would be alarming to anybody. Somebody running at, Tom Cruise speed through an event area with their phone to their ear, clearly looking panicked, right? And so he probably told the person whatever about his daughter. My daughter's missing. She's run off. I'm on. And then he probably also said, I've called 911, which probably sent that person into a panic. And then they went and informed security. And then the security drill went into action. Odo took off in the direction they saw because then they went to the cameras. They played the footage. They saw your interaction with her. And then they started booking down the street past where their cameras couldn't see anymore, which is right at the end of the second block. Like they have cameras all the way through AOLA and Bridge. So they could see like further down that she had gone down there, like past towards New Hampshire. And that's why Odo went down there first. Okay. So all of this then now has become at this moment a dual police Scientology security initiative, right? At this moment, these two forces are working together, not for necessarily the same end goal, but for the same purpose at that time of locating this girl. Okay. It is similar to the blow drill, Nico. It's not quite the blow drill because they didn't activate like everybody to go and get stuff. This is a very delicate situation because 911 has been called. You cannot enact other people who are regular SEERG members at this point to like go to bus stations and stuff like that. And also this girl is not a SEERG member. So the blow drill really only applies when a SEERG member has, gone AWOL from one of the Scientology locations. But in this case, this is a young girl who, is considered to be, in danger because she's, out of her parental sights. Now, as a parent, I would be panicked at this point. Like I would just, my adrenaline would be at 3 million, and I'd be just as pissed at the police if I saw them standing on a corner and I just called 911 saying my daughter was missing. And they're just like, well, we're not here for that. Like, I'd be like, what are you doing? What are you here for then? Like I would have had the same reaction as that guy. Go ahead.
Well, two things. I don't know if it's relevant or
Sure.
you might bring it up in a bit, but whether it's true or not, the dad's or alleged father stated that he had asked Scientology. He said, I knew they had cameras. I asked for their help.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Like I said, you might get into that, but
we're
also
going to get to more of that in a minute. Yeah.
Okay. And then, when he was peeling off, I would have said F it too, because Scientology was already alerted him where she was. He was
right
going to go get her regardless. So
yeah,
he didn't. And I'm saying that because people were wondering why he didn't stop to talk to them. He already knew, because we were looking at the Odo footage and the timeline. He had already been alerted. That's why he was hauling ass. So he went to go get her.
Boom. Exactly. Okay. So then the next thing is, I have two different perspectives of this portion. You then book it to the address. You're running all over Hollywood in the middle of the night. This was a choice. I've been in that neighborhood at night. It is not, you say several times, like sketchy. And I'm like, yeah, it is supremely sketchy in that neighborhood. And I want to get to a certain point in here, and then we're going to turn the camera on Scott, because at this point where we encounter the dad, and I'll show you, it's the same exact car again, and where this girl was found, there's a lot of things that start happening. And it's at this point that chat and you and Scott and everybody, the wheels are turning faster than what's actually happening. Okay, a little bit. So let's look here. So you can hear him talking. Here's the car. You see the hubcaps are the same. Okay. We've got the police car. And unfortunately, we don't see the screen clearly to see what the report is on it.
Don't mind me, I'm just hanging out at the empty cop car.
There's somebody else that was waiting there too. They're just parked in the middle of the street without their hazards. I found that interesting.
Pardon me. Do you know where the police went? Where they walked to?
Oh my God.
Over there, maybe? Gracias.
And then you figure it out because you see the cops and all these other people in the car right here. And we're going to see the dad here in a second.
They were trying to find the liquor store, I'm almost certain, right here.
Yep.
That man's wearing a vest, like a...
The man that drove by you in the car had a vest on?
Investigator vest.
What it appeared to. Yeah.
Yeah. And that could have been an undercover, or that could have been like a PI guy who was driving by to see what was what. Right. But they don't want to stop and get their faces seen, especially the private investigator guys, which is why those guys talking got all cranky with you. The like Mexican gentleman with the hat that you kept seeing with the flannel and the sunglasses that kept going in and out of Los Angeles org. And you're like, I keep seeing him. Maybe it wasn't a flannel. It was like a reddish shirt and he had jeans on. That's definitely a PI. That's definitely one of the private security people, but just like trying to look incognito with the cop sunglasses. It was way earlier. You saw him like a couple times on Hubbard way there. All right, let's
inspector, investigator, cop. He looked like a cop. That's all I have to say. That man is the man that was talking about his daughter.
There he is right there. He's taking the hat off now.
So it's a daughter, possibly. It is the same call. Yeah, something's not right.
So this is another person, I think, that like lives in this house or something, and was like, why can't I go in here?
That guy was the guy running out of the Scientology building.
This woman here is like his wife or his person. And he has another minor with him.
This fucking hell, I can't believe
Now you're beating yourself up because you didn't talk to that girl more, but you shouldn't do that. It's okay.
It's okay. I worked through it.
Yeah.
So how would she disappear?
So
Okay.
that's
So
his.
now he's talking to his daughter and saying, how did she disappear when you were with her? Okay. Because obviously they're sisters. They were supposed to be together, and one of them took off. Now she's getting bitched out by both her parents because
No, sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead.
I'm so fired up about this, so I'm going to be
Yeah.
a little, and also I
No,
have
no,
no
go ahead.
filter. I have no sleep. If we could replay that with the audio, unless you already know that's what he said, I think that's key info and intel I need to add to the police reports.
Yeah, we'll replay that. Let me
Well,
slow it down. Let me slow it down a little bit so
But-
you can hear it better.
But also I know that DOA, when he was filming them,
Mhm.
he said, "Is that your mom?" And she said, "No." And that is corroborated by the young lady that ran away.
Yeah, I think this is like his, that's why I said it might be just his person. I think it's his girlfriend or something that was with him, because I have evidence of who this man is and his relations and his relationship with Scientology coming up here in a minute. But I just want to get to, like, there's a few key moments here, and this, I'll play this for you at half speed so you can see it.
This fucking hell, I can't believe no, Mom, I swear.
So how would she disappear?
So he says, how did she disappear? Something right after that. So let's go back just like a couple seconds. Where are we at? 1:20:49. Let's go back just a smidge.
So how would she disappear? Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
So she's crying at that point. She's like, I don't know. But he didn't understand how she disappeared when they were together. Like she didn't disappear. How did the sister disappear? And she's upset because her sister's missing or somewhere. She doesn't know. Right. And the dad is like very upset. And yes, this woman is not the mom, but that is her dad. And we'll have some evidence of that later. Let me.
Don't worry. Huh?
That's where the woman tells him I'm filming him.
Right. So she tells him.
Okay. Okay, te mantengo okay?
So part of it is in Spanish, part of it's in English here. And you're doing a good job of, in my opinion, of staying back, giving them space, just trying to see what's going on. Now, from a parent point of view, I know that there was like a lot of debate last night about him, in Scientology terms, seeing her around, like directing this young girl around. Now, I have had to handle things where something is happening with one of my kids and the other kid's freaking out because of the thing that's happening with the one kid. So when I look at his motions and how he's holding his daughter, I don't see somebody who is trying to control what she's saying or doing, other than like, I'm a parent, I'm trying to be in charge here, and this one's freaking out and I still don't know what's happening with the other one, right? So his attention is like divided. And then he's got this lady here, I don't know who she is in relationship to himself or whatever, but like, clearly this girl is not super comfortable around this lady. Like, she's not her jam. And so he's like, if you see a lot, he's putting himself between his daughter and this woman. and also putting himself between you guys, everybody else who came over to film, and his daughter. Like just like a protective parent stance a bit, regardless of if he's a Scientologist or not, right? Like just that's what I see from like a parental point of view. But, you know, I could be totally wrong. That's just how I'm, you know, see it there. In the moment, it didn't feel like that though, right?
I absolutely made that comment last night.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to look at his behavior and see it from a more uncomfortable lens and outside the norm when you realize her body language, her feet, her head. When he's holding on to her, talking, her head does this, it looks down, her feet are at an angle. When he moves, she drags with him. When he steps back, she trips with him. He holds firm. And when he did one of these, and I fucked up my report, which is why I told him I'll clear it up. Something I saw, whatever, who cares? But the point is, when she got out, he did a gesture like this. It was routine. You come to me, you stand next to me, you stay next to me. This was not situational in my perspective.
Oh no, I don't think that he's not a controlling person. I can see that also, that like he wants to direct how things are and how things are going, you know, and that's just in this moment. I don't think that's the whole time, you know, because I think this situation changed moment by moment, right? So then we get to the next part here.
Thanks, Wesley.
I'm so glad I told the police to remember that they don't know where the person is running from. You see this handling of this kid? I don't think I caught it on camera, but when he first kind of pulled her out of the car, he grabbed her and brought her in real tight, and her body was like not having it.
I mean, it's definitely like a domineering father thing. So now he's waiting for the person to come out of the house to talk to him. The cops are in there right now. And he's waiting there for the cops to come back out and talk to him. And then let's just go. We'll go a little bit ahead. There's a little bit of quiet. Okay, so this is where he starts having a freak out.
No.
Okay, let's go back to that.
See, I can't believe this. These people, because they're Mexican, they're afraid, man. We can record anything.
This little kid's not okay.
Yeah, but this lady.
So he's very agitated with you, Kelly. You've become this lady, these people, this lady. And the neighbor is like, this is America, homie. People can record. You're on a public street. They're on a public street. It's legal.
See, look, she's making money for this. And you guys allow.
See, first of all, he doesn't know anything about you. Supposedly, he doesn't know anything about you. Right? But clearly, from that statement right there, that's when I knew he was a Scientologist. This is, by the way, it wasn't just the fact that he was at an event, but like before I did a deep dive into this man, that's the moment that I knew he was a Scientologist. When he said that and he's pointing at you, he's not even looking at you. She's making money for this and you guys are allowing it, right? Okay. And there's only one way that he would know you were a streamer is if they have like information. You know how you guys put up flyers of the people? They clearly have like some form of flyer with information, your guys' pictures, and, you know, in the entrances, in the places to be like, you know, if this person comes up, don't talk to them. They are, you know, money grubbing SP who's making, you know, money off of harassing us. And they're just, you know, suppressive. So he didn't call you by name. They probably don't have your names on there, right? Because they don't want Scientologists being like, Kelly,
Yeah.
Right? They don't want you. They don't, because then you're not a human. They can just call you names. They have a nickname for you. You know, just like they had nicknames for all the people, you know, and whatever. But they're not you know, yeah. Let's get go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, do you want my side bits here and there? You want
Yes,
me to just shut the
yes.
fuck
No,
up?
no. Just
Okay.
tell me to pause it, and because I want to get there's a sequence that comes up here where you interact with the girl, and I wanted to show that from your angle and from DOA's angle. But go ahead.
Okay. Well, two-parter is, this is why I say the intuitive piece, because I actually am one of the more annoying ones that goes really far out of my way to not record kids. So for me to feel in that moment that it was necessary to record that interaction, I had to go with my gut and just let it be. But prior to him talking, he was saying these people, he was referring to the people, the group of dudes on the street, the driveway.
Right, who had gone up to like film or something.
I had gone up to talk to them, and they were, at first they were the same way. It's private, don't record. I muted and I let them know that I was, I filmed Scientology and police interactions, and we had some chit chat. And then we realized then they told me what was going on, and they gave me more information. I was muted for a while. Then he started, and then I said, if he starts in on me, I just wanted to make sure you guys knew, and this was cool. Immediately he starts in on me. And then in this, I don't know if you're about to play it or if you caught it, but he even kind of said, like, they're supposed to be Mexican, like they're Mexican. Like,
he was that comes up next. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll shut the fuck up. Okay.
Yeah. No. You're good. You're good.
DOA, can I ask you something? I know everything going on. Did you not say
So now Scotty arrives.
right now? Yeah. Thank you.
Because he was on his way, but he was like trying to park and he had done all this stuff. And this is the moment that Scotty arrives.
Please, just film me if anything.
I know, man, but you have to have, look.
It's legal. She can record whatever she
In the
wants.
private property?
We're in the this is public property.
See, he was almost trying to point towards his press pass because he is a member of the press, but he's not wearing it today. So he was like, you have to have, look. And then he realized he didn't have it because he is a member of the press. So he was like basically trying to say, you're not a member of the press. You don't get to film whatever you want. And that's actually not the law.
No. As soon as we stop here, it's public property. Everything is public property. Anybody can talk. Anybody can say, record, do whatever they want.
So now she tries to take the kid to the car because she's getting filmed. So they're trying to get the kid out of the line of filming, which is fine.
Federal agency that is
No, it's not. It's another one.
Scotty thought it was the girl.
No words.
So now he's mad because Scotty was filming his minor daughter for a minute, and that's totally fine.
No
That's
words
totally
is
fine.
cool, but film, yes.
With my daughter. You know, look at these people. See, that's what you want to create?
they can report.
That's what you want to create. Total Scientology. This guy's absolutely Scientology. Like, listen to the language, guys.
We're in a country where we can record our First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third,
No,
Fourth,
she's
Fifth,
getting
and
in a
Sixth.
different car now.
Anything here, they can record, they can.
It's a different
publicize it, They
kid.
can do whatever they want.
You guys, no puedo creer que ustedes les permitan eso.
So now he starts speaking Spanish to the guy.
Así es la ley.
See, she didn't want to go get in the car. They actually just walked around the back of the car, and she didn't want to stand back there. She doesn't want to be without her dad right now.
Ahí es así.
You need help?
So right here, you look at the girl. She makes eye contact with you, and you ask her, "Do you need help?" Now you can't see it clearly on your thing here, but you're going to ask her again.
Do you need help? Ayuda? She needs help.
See, now you didn't see it from your angle, but I'm going to show you Scotty's angle because she clearly says no. So-
I saw that.
You did? Okay. I just want to show it for the audience too, because on Scotty's, Scotty was behind, you were over here. So it's the same here. She says me, and then she says no, and then she steps forward to her dad. But from this angle, it's more clear to see that because her face was in shadow on your footage, just because of the angle. So then she steps back with her dad. Okay. Now, things from here, I'm going to speed it up a little bit.
So let's be an innocent bystander.
So now the police tell the guy who was talking to the dad, you know, we don't need your help. Go be an innocent bystander over here. Like, you need to just stop inserting yourself into the situation, right? Because he was like, bro, I'm trying to help out. And they're like, no. Basically tell the guy who was trying to cool the dad off to like move. And he comes and stands next to you, I believe.
You've had too many
Sir?
cases. Of course.
Sir,
Yes.
the daughter behind me.
Oh, yeah.
She's not okay.
She was in the total, not even with this. Let us
behind me.
investigate.
I
I
am.
totally understand.
Thank you.
I totally understand.
So you were trying to give the police more information at that moment. And the other neighbor, I think, was trying to also give them information at that moment.
Officers, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
And
you.
again,
Thank
you
Yeah.
moved yourself
Yeah.
to the correct spot. And the dad is pissed because other people are trying to talk about him, saying nobody has a
I
part
don't make
except
a
for
fucking
him.
dollar off this shit, for the record. It's not monetized.
First of all, you don't have to ever explain to anybody where you make money from, Kelly. Just as a note, who gives a shit? Like, seriously, people try to shame me every single day for asking for money, for being like, here's my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal. This is a job. What you're doing right now is a civil service. It is a job to report on a cult that is trafficking people and harming children. That is not, I mean, it could be a calling too, but that is an important job. And your coverage and footage of that has brought many things to light and helped people to be brave enough to be like, I can get out of here. So don't ever sell yourself short on that. And don't, even if you don't monetize your stream, turn the little $ to green. That does not mean that you don't deserve any money that comes your way. So don't ever sell yourself short. Like, this is, yeah.
Well, thank you for saying that. What part of that was, I mean, I was explaining to him because he had said she makes money off this, and I was
Right.
saying I'm not monetized. But the other truth is, and first of all, I think I completely agree. I receive donations from people.
Sure.
The channel and the work is powered by the people for shiz. But
Mm-hmm.
I was saying that also kind of feisty because I can't monetize streams there. That that the music is in
They
itself
play that. Yeah, you're
ruins
already
every
copyright
goddamn-
struck.
yeah, so I can't anyway. But
Yeah.
anyway, that was part of why that I was saying that. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
Your
like, here's,
people.
I want to be real about that for just 1 second, guys. So when you see, specifically Scotty or Kelly or any one of the protesters, I've shown you guys my back end plenty of times, not on my booty, but my,
all right.
hey, that's my OnlyFans. You'll have to find that.
That's
It's
the other
secret.
channel.
I don't have an OnlyFans, guys. Let's be real. So the back end of my YouTube, right, where I've talked about like how magically some streams after like 10,000 views are now at the yellow instead of green for me. But because I do more desk jockey things, I'm not playing music and other stuff or have that in my environment that would prevent me from turning that green thought on. Like, for example, one of the streams I did, I played that little like it was a TikTok where that guy's singing out of key, "Why you always lying?" Like, I played that and it was funny, but then I had to like mute that segment because I got like a copyright notification about that. So YouTube is very specific. If I go to a Taylor Swift concert and I'm live streaming that, I cannot turn on the green thing. But if people super chat me during that live stream, those super chats are mine. Well, 70% of them are mine.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
YouTube takes 30% of every super chat, guys. That's just facts. And but if people send you PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, whatever, I don't even know. There's probably more things now. Then that's all yours, right? So if people are like, Kelly's amazing, here's $10, go, get a charger. I sent you a link for a phone charger,
I
by
know.
the way. You need to get that.
I haven't
It's-
done it.
Yeah, you need to do that because your phone keeps dying, my love. So we got to get these guys. Guys, I will put a link for the Anchor charger that I swear by. Please send it to every streamer. If they have a PO box, just send them one. It's like $40. Just Instead of giving her cash, just give her that. Then her streams would last longer. But that's probably better that you have to take a break though too. That's a whole other discussion. But yeah, so that's the deal on like monetization. Like somebody like me, I'm turning on the ads. I get paid for the ads, like, you know, a penny an ad or something ridiculous. It's really not a lot. So yeah, but turning that monetization on also means that you play by certain rules. You can't use other people's stuff without their permission, and you can't like have copyrighted music in the background and things like that, right? Because YouTube's like, nope, no soup for you. Nope, nope, nope. And they just take it away from you. Okay, so let's go. That was a quick YouTube tutorial.
Yeah. Wait, well, domination of the conversation over here, but I gotta say, MD Media, because I borrowed one when I called him today. He said keep the battery pack, so I do have a new one.
Aw,
Yeah. So thank you again to
thank
him.
you, MD Media.
Yeah. And I do get super chats, but I don't. For some reason, I just don't consider that like the YouTube monetization. I know it technically is, but
I
to
had
me,
a
I'm
whole
like,
debate with Scott about this because he was like, I'm not monetized. I'm like, bitch, you get super chats. You're monetized. And what
I
that
guess
means
so.
is that YouTube scoops up all that money that people give you. They play with it.
Some.
And then they give you 70% of it once per month at the end of every month. You're like in the third week going like, didn't I make some money on you? Oh, there it is. Thank you. I can pay one bill now. Yay. I could buy a sandwich.
I just want to be transparent.
No, I know. And the thing is, there are, let's be real, there are YouTubers out there that make a boatload off of YouTube, and you have to be really, really huge. I'm talking people like Mr. Beast, Marquise, these people who have, once you have millions of subscribers, then you're rolling in once you reach 100,000 and above, you're rolling in a different bracket. And then with memberships and other things, that's a whole other thing. So like, if any of you out there are thinking like, I could do this YouTube thing, look at Nora, like whatever, this basic bitch is doing it, I can do it too. Yes, you can. Get a good microphone and a decent phone. You could even just use literally the S25 or Samsung's S25 or a new iPhone 16, and you're ready to go. The sound on both of those is fantastic. Kelly doesn't have an external microphone when she's walking around pack. The Blue Building, or do you use like a little button mic or anything? No. And you guys can hear the sound like relatively really well on those things with even out a thing. I swear by, if you do go out and about, the little tiny Hollyland, because it's teeny tiny, guys, and I love it. It's it's a little tiny magnet, and it's fantastic, and it works on anything. And it comes with two, so you can interview somebody, which I really like, because you can have the one on you, and then you could be holding the other one out like, what? Huh? What? Anyway, all right, let's get back to this because we have some more.
We're never gonna. Can we go?
10 hours later. Okay, Kelly's got to go to bed at some point tonight, guys. Seriously. I know. Oh no, that's not what. Hello.
It's not monetized.
I don't care what
That's what
he
they
has to
say,
say.
though.
I don't
Yeah,
care
that's
what
okay.
any of
Thank
them
you.
has to say.
Thank you.
She came here asking for help. It's because hope is needed.
Thank you.
No way.
So this guy's telling you that this girl came and asked for help because hope is needed.
Help is.
He said help is needed. Yeah. It's very, very important to know that this girl found somebody who actually wanted to help her out and was concerned about her well-being.
I can't really come in a suit or anything. I don't give a fuck.
Thank you.
He had 2 security guards coming from.
I know that's.
So when he arrived, this is important information because Kelly got there later than the dad. When he arrived, not 1, 2 security guards from PAC, so Odo and somebody else, were there with the dad to attempt to retrieve his daughter. Not police. Okay? I really want you guys to understand that. The police were not with him at that moment. 2 security guards went with him to try and retrieve this girl. As somebody who has run away from Scientology multiple times, I can tell you that is part of the drill. Security shoved their way into my parents' house looking for me when I had run away. Like pushed my elderly stepfather, who at the time was in his 80s, okay, to ransack their home to look for me. The only reason they didn't do that in this case is because they knew the police were on their way. And they cannot leave evidence of them breaking the law literally in front of police.
And they would have had their asses whooped by these guys.
Oh,
they would have
1,000,000%. Yeah, no, they were like, oh, we're just, sorry, sir. Yes, we'll just wait. We'll just wait.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love them all.
Yeah.
I know. I said that. That's why I said that to them. We don't know.
And there was more. About 5 cars passed from Scientology.
So 5 more cars passed by this guy's apartment building from Scientology.
Oh, fucking shit. This one. Oh my God, I can't. I'm having trouble.
5 Tahoes. The guy in security was calling.
Oh, Tahoe.
Calling. And they were all from the church.
5.
I'm not fucking. No.
Yep. No.
So he's trying to make his daughter talk to the policeman right now while you and this gentleman are having this conversation, and trying to get him to tell whatever story she's supposed to tell to the police about why her sister came over here. Now, for those of you unedified in Scientologies, this will be a shore story. This will be the narrative that Scientology has come up with as to why this girl ran away.
Yeah.
To make sure that there is no problem. They did not predict, though, Kelly and Scotty and them showing up to keep the cameras rolling. So, because this is normally what happens behind closed doors, and this is how you're watching in real time here, guys, how Scientology sweeps any incident under the rug with the help of the LAPD.
He's controlling with what to say.
So she was crying, no, I didn't, or no, she didn't. And then he's correcting her.
Yep. That one, and the other one is a liar. The other one is asking for help. No.
I'm so glad you guys are here right now. I was like out here by myself. I was like, fucking shit.
We were watching football and she approaches. She's like, can I go inside your house?
Okay, so that's an important sentence right there. They were just watching the football game, okay? And she approached them and said, can I go inside your house? These are not people she knows. This is not a very good neighborhood, guys. Okay? It's also, as you can see, filled with good people, though. Like, this guy is clearly a very good guy who helped her out. Okay? Right?
What's happening? No way.
I'm glad I told you about him, because he's a
But
wild
she
one.
told us something. She's like, the cops work with them.
So this girl, this is how you know, okay, that this girl's a Scientologist. And this tells me that this may not be the first time something has happened with her, or because all of these have like little forks here, or she is stuck in a Scientology family, or a family that is newly in Scientology, and she is on the YouTubes watching some or all of our content to find out how Scientology operates. This girl who ran away has Googled Scientology. Okay, let's put it that way. Like, she has discovered some things, and she is not happy.
They usually do.
The fuck? She told us LAPD works with them.
Yes,
Call
they
them.
do.
She said LAPD works with them.
They do, but some don't. It depends on the...
I don't know. I hope we got
No.
a good ones.
Only, I know exactly. It's hit on us every time.
Because she fucking told us.
I
She's like,
don't
don't
know
call
this one.
LAPD. She said
I know.
LAPD works with them. Don't call them. They have their own separate section just for Scientology.
That's true.
That's what she told us.
That's true.
And she's like, my sister right there, I ran. My sister couldn't breathe. They grabbed her.
So her sister also was going to run with her. but she couldn't because they grabbed her. So that sentence right there tells me that these two young ladies were desperate to get away from not just their dad in that moment, who is a Scientologist, which I have many tabs to show you, but from Scientology particularly, because it's dangerous and they were afraid of it. And, because they're both relatively young, the next thing that's going to happen, whether Scientology admits to it or other people admit to it or not, is recruitment for, indoctrination things like sessions and other confessionals, which are very damaging to anyone's psyche, and or the billion-year contract to join the Sea organization.
The sister tried to run too?
Yes, they both ran.
The sister tried to run as well. Fuck. Do you know this cop? Because I can't tell if he's signed to LAPD or not.
I'm not sure.
They're both kids tried to run. They caught the one. 5 Tahoe Scientologists drove by, 2 security guards. Odo's one of them.
What?
So the other daughter was apprehended, I guess, by Scientology. Again, Kelly showed up after Scientology security and the dad had arrived. So what it sounds like is both daughters were running. They got separated. She made it to this house, and the younger one was apprehended by security earlier on in the escape, and then was brought to the location, and put in the dad's car somewhere. And then that's when you saw them earlier, like him take her out of the car and stuff. And that's, yeah. Now, if the police hadn't already been involved, they would have brought that girl back to Scientology headquarters to interrogate her for hours. Okay? Days to find out what was going on. But they couldn't because it was an ongoing, like almost an Amber Alert situation here.
That's why I'm asking you to not, because I've been filming the whole thing since I ran into the cops on the corner.
All right, we need to get their supervisor here.
Oh,
I'm gonna call the police and
or
ask
another agency that works for child protection.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get my.
That comes on the scene, anything.
Okay, we're gonna scrub ahead a little bit.
No, Solomon, it's kids running away from their dad. But I don't want to get into it too much right now because I'm trying to figure out which LAPD officers are kids for the kids.
We know this shit is happening. This is fine.
And they target.
So this is you talking to that guy again?
I need to get my shit together here. I'm having an emotional.
She's not the mom. That girl's not even the mom.
So the other guy,
Okay. That girl's not the mom. Mom is in Atlanta, California, 2 hours away from
Mom's 2 hours away.
Mom is in where, California? Let's see here.
Atalanta.
We know this shit is happening.
This is why I'm here.
Let's see.
I keep saying for the kids, for the kids, for the kids.
We know this shit is happening. This is fine.
And they target. Oh, I can't. I fucking can't. I need to get my shit together here. I'm having an emotional.
She's not the mom. That girl's not even the mom.
So the other guy, Okay.
That girl's not the mom. Mom is in Atlanta, California, 2 hours away from
Mom's 2 hours away.
Atalonzo? That's not a place.
Alta, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably some deserty city that's close to there. Because let's go to Hollywood. Oops.
Aldalanto. Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Did you find
Aldelanto.
Aldelanto?
No, I actually read chat, which is very against my usual, but I did it this time.
Mm-hmm.
I usually just ask the question 100 times and don't read the answers. That's what it is. That's what it is. Aldelanto.
But I don't know where that is. I mean, Altadena?
Adelanto. Adelanto.
Okay. Adelanto.
Adelanto.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's out there. Okay. So that's up here. Okay, she's out past Lancaster and shit. She's on the way to, yeah, fucking Vegas. Okay, so she's off the 15 here, just outside Victorville. Okay, now I know where we are. I was like, what is this place? I've never heard of it, but now I know. Yeah, that is at least 2 hours away on a good night when you don't have traffic. Yeah. Yeah, if the mom's out there. So that's why I was saying, like, this woman that is with him is just, that's his lady, essentially.
We have a bunch of people watching also that can make calls. So we're trying to get somebody with more authority than the LAPD here, just in case.
Honestly, it's because the thing was that she didn't want us to call her. She told us.
I know,
not
we
to.
know this.
So
This is why I said I film the police, but I film Scientology, fucking saying things a lot of the time. Every once in a while, I get a cop that's not, but it doesn't matter because somebody above them. This is Solomon.
I told him to call the Department of Child
Protective
Service. I told him, you need to call.
Can you go?
Okay, so this guy wanted to call CPS.
A lot of kids.
Do they have an emergency line? No, we need somebody here
I told him.
now
I
before they let them
told the
leave.
officer you need to call DSFS 100%, and they need to call
What's DSFS?
Department of Child Services. The whole
Yeah, that's the Department of Family and Child Services. What he was talking about there.
Is there a way to punch it? Yeah, look, this was the power of the fucking people.
They were fucking reluctant. I told the cop. He's like,
Child Protective Services. Will you tell?
Now, what's weird about this situation is that the cop is refusing to call Child Protective Services or the Department of Family and Child Services, which if this weren't a Scientology related thing, let's just say one of my kids ran off and, was like telling a tale of woe to authorities. There is a 0% chance that they are not calling Child Protective Services and the Department of Family and Child Services in to interview my child separately and then interview me and then do a 3-month plus investigation with home inspections and everything else. The only reason that Child Protective Services or those other things aren't called is 2 reasons. The person is not a child, so that department doesn't apply. Or, more likely in this scenario, the Scientology is involved. And so,
Third, negligence, failure to do the job. But we don't know that we can't say they didn't call.
Correct.
What he was, I don't know. Are you about to get into the other piece about why he was saying that?
Yeah, I'm just playing your video straight through. So yeah.
Okay. Well, so he was saying the cops needed to because of the mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so and we don't know because they all left the apartment and the girl was up there with the officer, and I'm not sure who else was there.
Mm-hmm.
There may have been a support person or a neighbor woman with her. We don't know. They may have called. We don't know.
Yeah.
Problem.
We don't know if any of those people were called, but none of them came to the scene.
Not that no, they didn't.
But there's later where you guys are at the police station, and at that point, interviews with those departments could have happened without your knowledge because you guys were in the lobby and they were in the back.
Absolutely.
Okay. But at the scene where you guys are, where the girl was located, there was no such people arrived at that scene at that time.
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, he's on the phone right now. That's why I said, will you go tell him?
But the worst thing is, David.
Quietly, Solomon. We don't want them to know what we're doing, love. I know, but I'm not trying to tell you what to do.
No, the officer needs more officers. there any way to get more officers here?
We don't need them to know we're doing this, but we may want to call child protection.
Can you call child?
I'm being a control freak. Hi. We're not sure yet. We're figuring it out.
So you guys are all trying to do the right thing here at this point.
He asked me to be here some type of social work.
Yeah. I'm saying that because I don't want them to find out what he is and then get them.
Yes, I know. I'm trying my best.
Okay. My love.
All right.
I didn't mean to say that.
That's all right. You're good.
I was trying to micromanage because I had this. I felt like there were only a few of us there that could advocate for her in that moment. And everybody was kind of whatever. Well, I had been the one that had been there from the jump. So it felt like.
Yeah. No, I get that. You should own the situation because you had, encountered her first before she made it to these people. So you were like still in like, full caretaker mode, of this girl. And there's nothing wrong with that,
And for I guess it doesn't matter.
So now the cops are down there.
They're watching
talking with the dad. The other girl still hasn't come out.
For the Great Danes.
The thing is, they haven't brought the kid out yet, so that's good. I would call
So
the
he's
FBI,
pissed.
but the FBI
He's pointing at the inside
like
there,
line.
like
Unless
he's having a
here's what
whole
you guys
fit.
Can do. You can try the main phone number and just hit 000 to see if you could, or click buttons so you can find a person, and then click on the human trafficking division and just see, because even if that's not the situation, you can at least
this guy's another
they'll be able
neighbor.
to guide
He's
you
like,
to the
what
right
the hell?
situation. These dudes are not having it, so I'm loving that. See, I need him to be.
Scotty's getting heated over on his stream talking to the cops. Here comes the cop. He's not going to talk to you.
Will you film this from here? Great.
Who did you hand the phone to? Or who's that? Is that Matt?
I'm over here. I don't want to freak
By
out.
the sound of it, yes.
Okay, so that's MD Media 18 showing up.
Oh yeah, he was crossing the street as I was headed to talk with the cops, so I asked him to film my interaction.
So I just want to make sure you're not being paid.
And that's smart.
Well, it's not funny, but there's a lot of them who do that are, so please do not let them go. The meeting right now, I he just ran out of the building and yelled at you guys about to stop him. I told you on the corner, he just ran from the building. It's on my footage.
I don't. You didn't being ran under protection.
Yeah, but my goodness, please stop. Fuck you, shit.
Now they got a helicopter out.
Yeah,
I'm not saying you're immoral or anything like that.
I'm not, but I try to document. I'm also a child advocate.
This cop does not want to have the conversation in front of you.
If she goes,
It was behind me.
there's thousands of people watching this go down, though. I think we have more officers.
There is a 50-50 custodial agreement. They have to call the Department of Child Services. They have to. It's law. It's law. They have to fucking call the Department of Child Services.
So this is a very good point. In California, when you have 50-50 custody, okay, you cannot not inform the other parent of what's occurring, and you can also not then involve the authorities when one parent, regardless of accuracy or not, is in a situation that looks allegedly negligent or, dangerous. That normally they wouldn't even have allowed him even in the proximity of them. Like, bro, you done fucked up. Like, we're going to let those people talk. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. That's their bag. You're just gonna have to wait here, get your wife down, your ex-wife down here to like deal with this because we need you both. We need you both. Yeah. But they didn't do that.
You are what right now, sir? I love it. I don't have another phone or I would do it.
This is fucking bullshit. It's 50-50 agreement.
Oh, you mean they have to call?
Parents have a 50-50.
I know, I hear.
APD is entitled to call the Department of Child Services.
I know, but
They're
what if
entitled.
we call and tell them it's happening? They're not going to do shit, right?
No, because
he's
they're going to put it
listen,
on a call, a regular call.
The one thing I was saying, he's loud and proud. He's aggressive, but he gets shit done.
Solomon, huh?
He's getting shit.
From what we have, the fact that was tough. 50-50. She's from other okay. So based on what we know about law, if the mom gave him the daughter,
But calling won't work. He's saying that they need to call for the case. That's why we're calling as many other people. Did we get like an emergency child protection?
I'm trying to talk to 911.
I don't know who.
And I know last night that a lot of people in chat, a lot of people who are watching also made phone calls to various law enforcement. I mean, good for you guys for doing that, because the more eyes that they get on this, the more reports that they got about this situation, the better, because this was, absolutely wild. Absolutely wild.
Oh, yeah.
So what's all this?
Is there any
Because we had to there was two security guards from Scientology there.
trying to take her back?
No, we were not about
I'm glad she found you.
Okay, that's another important piece of information. Before the police got there, okay, there were 2 Scientology security cars trying to take her back to Scientology. And this man right here, this hero with no cape, said, not today. Not today.
You not me. Thank God she found them.
She came and she was trying to run in. There's no fucking way we're allowing that shit. No.
I wouldn't just also talk to a kid running away if I didn't see the way he ripped the other kid out.
I love that he said, I'm not allowing that. Like, he knew and he could tell that she did not want to go with those people. She didn't know them. And he wasn't going to let her get in some weird ass car with fake security guards.
Grabbed her and held on to her. I know abusive behavior. And pulled, get her back. The girl is still inside with the other officer, yes, but they should get a female officer out here as well.
Yes.
No, Solomon, this is a... Sorry.
Sunday night football game, bro. Okay. Vikings.
No, I'm sorry. I'm snappy when I'm trying. I'm pissed at them. I'm sorry, love. I'm angry because I just don't want to see this kid be forced back. I think they're going to have trouble, though, with all these people here. It's basically the kid tried to run. They just separated the one girl from him, so that's good. Hold on, I'm listening. But that's all I'm going to say right now.
So the dad is super unhappy. He keeps like turning everybody around so you guys can't film them. I mean, he was already on camera, so he should know better.
Good job. Is there a back door they can get her out of, or is there just one entry and one? Okay.
I think there's come down this stairs, they come down that stairs.
So, but if they go out that way, can they go that way? Because there's cops at Burger King allegedly. I don't know Burger. They cannot leave without us seeing them. That's all I wanted. Yeah. Thank you very much. Good job, Chad. Laura, he's calling. He's doing his calls.
No.
Oh, neighbor. Okay. Reebok. Oh. No, I was trying to film without. They gave me permission to be on the property, okay? I have the permission.
All right, so now you got their permission to go down to their house and the stairs, because they're in one of the upstairs units, right?
Say that again?
They were in one of the upstairs units, right? To the left?
Yeah.
That's where they were?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now it looks like to me, at this point, the sister and an officer are in there talking to the girl because she's not down here now. And she didn't go back to a car. So I think she's upstairs talking with her sister right now. Because I don't think she wanted to talk to the dad. So they sent the sister up there to talk with her. Instead of getting a female officer or CPS, they sent a very young, I don't know, somewhere between 11 and 14-year-old girl to go talk to her sister, who's also freaking out.
Maybe. Oh, the other theory, I'm going to have to go through this because at one point I swore I saw the dad and the daughter heading up. But the timeline does get funky when it's like a shit show flying around in your face. But that might have been where he let her up, but didn't go inside. That would make sense to this. But she also was in the car quite a bit by herself during chunks of time. So there's that.
But she had walked down there with him and the lady.
Oh, thank you. There you go. Okay.
Yeah. And so she hasn't come back out yet on her own.
So the other thing I wanted to say though, and again, this is not devil's advocate. It's not benefit of the doubt. It's just a reality that it's a theory because we don't know.
Mhm.
When I approached that officer and he was not wanting to talk with me and the other gentleman, he said to us, they can hear you. The dad and the daughter were behind us.
Right.
So he was trying to shut down us because he looked at me and did one of these like, I get it. I know.
Mhm.
He's behind you. So they would, in theory, if this was what was happening,
Mhm.
separate the daughter and say it's to go talk to the other one so they can have a conversation with her because he's not going to let her out of his sight otherwise. But if he thinks it's because they're going to try to use her to get the other sister down,
Mhm.
they've now separated so they can have a conversation with her as well.
Yeah.
Hashtag just saying.
Hopefully, I mean, and this may explain why they leave and the daughter is taken in the police car, right? If the two daughters went up there, and guys, this is all speculation at this point, okay? Because none of us got to be in that gentleman's house. He wasn't even in the house with the police, which I found to be a little weird that he got kicked out of his own home. But anyway, the police at this moment, the police are inside this man's apartment, who's outside with Kelly, okay, talking to what seems like both daughters right now. So from there, and this is again speculation, what I would assume is happening is that the younger daughter is like trying to convince the other daughter that like we need to get our poop in a group here. And dad's really mad, and the people and the guys took me, and she's like explaining to her what happened. And as somebody who's had my younger sister dangled in front of me as like, if you don't comply, your sister will get declared. That's also a part of the conversation that may be happening. There's a lot of scenarios that could be happening here. And this leads me to believe like the cop overhearing this conversation is probably like, none of this sounds good, but we're just going to get you guys out of here because, you know, the other aspect of this is you have two frightened kids who are frightened of Scientology, per what that gentleman said. They're frightened through body language that we can see of their dad, who's very controlling. And then you have rando strangers outside who absolutely have the best of intentions, but regardless, are rando strangers filming them. Yeah. Which is also terrifying when you're already in trouble. Not only are you in trouble with this small little group of people, the police are there, and you have people saying thousands of people are seeing this, which is going to elevate your adrenaline as a child. Like, not only am I mad, the world knows now what I did, which is really, they didn't commit a crime. I just want to tell you, ladies, you did not commit a crime trying to save yourself from a mind control cult. It was absolutely the correct impulse to run from there, you know, and hopefully we can all work together to get you guys out and the help that you need. Okay. But I just from like a kid viewpoint of having fucked up and had a lot of eyes on me, this takes it to like a whole other level. So now they're inside there. And, you know, the dad is like, look at him, just turning away from you. He sees you.
Or if you guys can get on Google and find the child protection agencies with emergency services.
Now he says, I'm going to go down there because he doesn't want to be next to you. He says he told them to call him, right? He pointed at his phone. See, now he's put the hat on. See, guys, this is why you know it's him. Check out the hat.
I understand. I'm not asking because I'm just...
So he just said, my daughter has a mental problem. She had an episode. Okay. Now, Scientologists are all trained to use regular lingo in front of non-Scientologists. Okay. The only, and I do want to go to the evidence here. Okay. So the evidence that we have that this gentleman is a Scientologist is as follows. Starting as the earliest mention of him as a Scientologist or at a Scientology event that I could find was 2022. Okay. As you can see, this is Winter Wonderland. This is before Streets and them shut down the test center in Winter Wonderland as a permanent Hollywood attraction for the first time in 30 plus years. Okay. That's him right there in the blue suit. Oh, the image could not be loaded. Okay. Excuse me. No. Okay, just go back. Don't load it then. Okay. So there's Jason Doring, a C-list celebrity second gen, who's there to cut the ribbon. And then this guy, and he's listed in the article here. Okay. He says, Doring cut the ribbon and was joined by human rights activist Alberto Godinez. Okay. That is his name, Alberto Godinez. This is him here. More evidence. This is his LinkedIn. He's apparently the news chief in Univision. He's part of their news division in Univision. Okay. And then if you go to his Instagram, he is not shy with documenting, his daily life. Okay. The name on his Instagram, and this is why it's him, is Reportero Alberto Godinez. Okay. So he touts himself as a reporter. You can see that in his little bio thing here. He also uses a lot of filters, guys. So sometimes his face looks totally different. Don't get it twisted. It's there he is. There's the hat. And if you scroll through this, you're going to see, for some reason, he's like all about gay rights, which is very strange for a Scientologist. And then he's a Yankees fan, and then he's a Dodgers fan. He really can't make up his mind. But he does a lot of selfies. He does a lot of content with his mom. That's his mom. And you have to scroll down because he does a little bit. He was really into advertising this flower place, which may be one of his businesses, Flores Aztalan. I totally murdered that. I did not say that correctly. I apologize to every Spanish speaker in the whole world. Now, there's a couple other posts here where he doesn't show it as much on his Instagram Scientology stuff. Guys, that is not him. That is a filter. That's a filter. Okay. And then if we go here, this is from this year, just a couple months ago, September 12th. Okay. This is Pillars of the LA Latin Community honored on L. Ron Hubbard Way at the World Humanitarian Day celebration. Okay. This is not him in the picture, but he is mentioned as one of the people here. Mr. Alberto Godinez, TV and radio personality, was awarded for his work to save victims of human trafficking. Oh, interesting connection. Another person who's into saving children. Godinez is also a major player in providing comprehensive information on drug prevention to rehabilitation centers. I wonder what drug prevention he's talking. Hang on one second. Toby, come here. My dog is just literally right outside the garage going, oh, just come in the garage, for crying in a bucket.
Free Toby.
Right? Free Toby. Okay. So then I found his TikTok. Now, guys, if you're not a Scientologist, why are you posing? Oh, I'm not going to play that song. Sorry. Why are you posing in front of the International Association of Scientologists with what looks like a trophy? It may be a sculpture, but you're not a non-Scientologist posing in front of an IAS or going to an IAS event. There's a 0% chance that you're not a Scientologist at that point. Okay. Now, this really, I love this. Okay. Here he is in full volunteer minister's garb with this ad. Legalizamos carros americanos a mexicanos. Okay. And so I translated this here. Okay. This little paragraph here that he wrote down. We legalize your car. Take advantage of the Mexican government special for $1,900 and deliver your plate, stickers, and decals. Okay. He's running a scam to get people to register their cars illegally in Mexico for $1,900 and then never have to pay registration again in America while wearing a volunteer minister's outfit. This is the greatest present that we have ever gotten in the history of happy birthday, Merry
Good
Christmas,
job, Nora.
Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Okay.
Melakaliki Maka.
Melakaliki Mak. So just to show you, that wasn't a one-off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, 6 times he's in the volunteer minister's garb. Okay. Here's him at a Hollywood event for Scientology. You can see the bricks there. It's L. Ron Hubbard Way. Okay. And just to prove that I have the right guy, here's the purple suit again.
Oh, there it is.
It's just, you're going to see the whole suit. This is his favorite suit. This is his dress up suit. Here he is again in volunteer minister garb. The TikTok is much more prolific with Scientology. Here he is again with the car scam. Okay. And we're going to go down. Like, I don't know, sir, this is not a flattering angle. Don't do this one again. Okay. Here he is with more filters. Like, this is like, you know, honey trap right there. That is not what you look like, sir. Let's be real. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. These people with these filters, this is it, guys. This is what you get in real life and on camera. There's nothing here helping me out. Nothing whatsoever. Okay. That's the end of his TikTok. But I think there's probably more. But you guys get the drift. This is him. This is what he advertises. Now, what I think he did, and this is just a fun little bit here for a moment, just to lighten it up. I think he did the Steve Harvey. And if you don't know what I mean by that, this is what I mean.
Every man has to own a black suit. After you get a black suit, there's 5 suits you need to get. Black, navy, gray, brown, tan. You get those 5 suits. You get yourself 2 white shirts. Get yourself 2 cream color shirts and 2 powder blue shirts. You can make 75 suits with those combinations, because every last one of those pants go with every last one of those jackets. Every last one of the jackets goes with every last one of the pants. You cannot mess up.
Okay, that's the Steve Harvey. And it's actually not totally untrue. But I think that's what he did, because you can see how he has like the, you know, thing. But he does take a lot of selfies with cops. He takes a lot of selfies at other places. This was, I couldn't get this totally translated. I don't know if this guy, Alberto Godinez, this must be his dad or something. But, oh, where are they? They're inside AOLA. They're inside the Church of Scientology, and he's getting some sort of accolade. It's in Spanish. By a white guy who's really trying. I like salsa with mi tacos. Donde está el baño? El biblioteca es mi favorito.
I'm too tired for this.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
Está bien.
Está muy bueno. Okay. So.
Oh God.
I know we're getting into the hysterical part. So yeah.
No, it's good. It's good. I needed that. Thank you. Because the whole time I'm like, this motherfucker, I don't even want to know what he might be doing to those girls.
Yeah. So he's there's no doubt. He's a Scientologist. He's a Scientologist from at least 2022 forward. So that's at least 2 years he's in Scientology that we can prove through documentation and him being at certain events and everything else. Okay. But he's also a reporter for Univision. He does, like, he's not like, you know, an anchor man or something. He does, like, you know, there's footage of him on his Instagram and on his TikTok, like carrying around his camera setup and stuff. So, you know, he does like one-offs. He's the beat reporter. They send him, there's been a crime at the mini mart, go cover it. And then he covers that in Spanish and interviews people in Spanish for Univision. Now, by Scientology's definition, okay, this man is a celebrity. Okay, because he works in media, which is a very tenuous thing. Like, they don't really like a lot of reporters, right? But he's Latino, so they need him, because like the only people they're recruiting right now, and we even saw this when Streets was protesting outside of the test center, are people who are not from America or do not speak English as their first language. They're recruiting Latinos, they're recruiting Russians, they're recruiting, you know, anybody who you know doesn't speak English as their first language, so that they can convince them in that language we're good and these people are crazy. So
Observing, I document Scientology.
No, this is nothing to do with Scientology.
But I follow their security here, so here we are.
No,
Oh, I'm also.
So I want to play this at normal speed, your interaction with him here.
help him, he says.
I asked them because they have cameras. So you have a question, ask me. My daughter, if you have a daughter and she have some episode, what would you do if you're a father?
Yeah, but if you saw...
So now he's trying to play it off like he's not really a Sciento, that he just asked them for help because they have cameras. But, sir, their cameras are in a definite area. So either your daughter was there and she ran from there, or you just happen to be passing by Scientology, was like, hey, you guys have cameras, help me out. Like, as if Scientology would do that. As if they're like, yes, we're here to help the neighborhood.
Somebody else's daughter having an episode, wouldn't you also just want to make sure that that's all that's going on and they're not trying to get away from something that's...
Absolutely.
So that's all that's happening.
If you have, that's the story for
I'm
you
not
guys?
making assumptions, I'm just
That's
watching.
the story for you guys. That's the story for you guys.
No, I filmed...
See, now he's trying to flip it like you guys are, like media, just trying to make a story right now.
Yeah.
And not actually being genuinely concerned for the welfare of his daughter.
Police, and I film Scientologists, and I protect children.
Because I believe that there's a lot of child abuse happening there, and I believe that there's trafficking. And so when we see runaways running and security guards coming and trying to grab them, that raises major red flags.
What did I ask you? It's right here. Where the officers at, sir?
Yeah, right there.
Right there.
Hang on one second. I want to go to Scotty's footage here of that interaction real quick. Just because you stepped away a little bit.
Yeah, I did because I don't know why other than I had something else on my mind to go do, but I was really, I was nice to hear the extra pressure, the extra questions, the more blatant, like, no, we're going to talk about this. We're going to confront it,
Yeah.
I was grateful to hear that.
Yeah. When we see runaways running and security guards coming and trying to grab them, that raises major red flags.
What you didn't ask them? Scientology. It's right here. Oh, they're over there. Where the officers at, sir? Yes, right there. They're right there.
I do understand what you're saying, sir. We're just here to protect children.
Right.
You need the steel toe.
Straight.
Up there. The first
I think you should be glad there's people that care about your daughter.
Why are they running away?
We're not telling you you're bad.
I'm not glad.
Why did they run away?
Who ran away?
Why did the girls run away?
Did you understand what I said to her?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay, I will tell you. My daughter, she had an episode. That's it. And I'm spending time with my daughter. As a father, I'm divorced, okay? I'm divorced. And I'm spending time with my daughter.
What kind of
Okay.
Why did she say that she was scared of the police?
The police?
And the Scientology and the police were working together.
She never been in Scientology, sir.
So right now he's going to say that his daughter, the one that ran away, has never been in Scientology. Okay.
Yeah.
She never been with the police. She never been in Scientology. Okay, so...
It's weird that why would Scientology come and grab them?
Because I asked help for them. I asked Scientology because they have cameras and they were good enough to follow her. And then these people right here that defending, her, that I appreciate that they're doing that. I mean, I have more kids. They need help.
He does have more kids.
They need help?
Yeah. So he has it, from what I could see in the picture, like 5 or 6 kids. There is a picture of him that he posted to social media. This is not one I sought out. This is one that he posted on his TikTok to social media with him and all of his children. And it says, mi gentes, which is my children. And then he says in Spanish, my treasure. And he's standing with all of his kids, it looks like, and possibly a grandchild who's very young, or a very young child of his. And there's approximately 6 kids in that photo, some of whom look like they may now be adults. But the 2 daughters that are involved in this incident, from that picture that I saw, that I'm not going to put up right now because these are minors, they definitely look like minors to me. But the girl that we've seen already is definitely in the photo. And then there's another young lady that could be this girl that has run off.
Yes, right there. They're right there.
I do understand what you're saying, sir. We're just here to protect children.
And that's
Okay?
fine. And
We're concerned about the children, and now we have Scientology-friendly police here. That's very unsettling.
well, if you know, if I need help, I'm a father. If I could ask for help, I will ask for help. If you know.
If you need to leave, if you feel unsafe, step out of the car. We will protect you. I'm not. I'm letting her know that she's safe. I'm letting her know if she needs to escape. If you need to escape, I'm not filming her, but she's gonna hear my message. Look, she's gonna hear my message. Okay, she's gonna hear my message.
So now he's upset that Scotty's telling his other daughter, who is in the car, where I didn't see any point that she came out of the building. So maybe she wasn't upstairs with her sister then. Maybe she was just in the car this whole time, which is also possible.
I'm just telling her that if you feel unsafe, we're not afraid of the police.
Okay, you can come and talk to her if you want.
I'm not coming to talk to her. I'm not filming her. I'm just giving her a message that there's people here. We care. If you're being abused by the church of Scientology.
Okay, I'm over here telling you that nothing happened.
Okay, well,
they helped me.
Yeah.
Thank you that they helped me. Thank you, Scientology, they helped me.
Yeah.
It's just weird to me that he has to keep repeating over and over how Scientology helped him. I mean, it's just like, that seems odd to me. That seems off to me. You know.
Yeah. We're not afraid of the police.
No, don't listen to these people. I'm sorry, these people.
Yeah.
Please, you need to be.
Doesn't it
go
just
ahead.
scream like? Doesn't it just scream? I know my daughter's needs handling,
Yeah.
and they're handling her, and
She had an episode.
I'm gonna make this seem as normal as possible, but yeah, we all know more than you common folks, so just let us.
Oh,
do it.
yeah. 100%.
Don't listen to these people like that, baby.
Yeah, you're okay. We're not here to hurt you or anything.
You see, they're not gonna hurt you.
No, we're here. We're concerned about you. That's all. We're activists that stay outside.
They're gonna respect that. Hopefully they're gonna respect that.
I'm not filming you.
Thank you.
The camera's down. I'm not gonna film you at all.
They're just concerned, baby. Don't worry.
We're worried about your sister. Oh my gosh, this shit's so fucked up, man. I don't know what to say.
This is honestly the first time that this is all played out in real time in front of people as witnesses that were not internal Scientologists. Okay. Because there have been plenty of people who have run children, adults who have run from Scientology for various reasons. I ran away multiple times on the RPF, not on the RPF. You're hard pressed to find someone who's now not in Scientology didn't at some point take off. That's kind of like a precursor to actually getting booted from the organization, is like running away at some point. Whether or not these girls are involved in Scientology, they may have just been guests of their dad at this wackadoo event, and they were like, fuck this shit, and they just took off. He is handling this 100% as a Scientology parent. I would describe this handling that he's doing as a Scientology parent. So.
He also has no
Scientology friendly cops are here.
concern. Sorry.
Now there's a bus.
I'm gonna pull over to the side.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're gonna drop her off here.
We missed the big part.
Pull there! You fucking son!
Okay. So now this is the
Serial
dad's
number?
car.
Serial number?
Sir, 1192, sir.
Serial number?
Hey, what's up, guys? 367.
Is she okay?
She's fine. Please, respect the please.
Serial number.
40012.
Serial number.
565.
Serial number.
4096. Nation, man.
Why? No. What's your serial number? Where are you guys taking her? Where are you taking her? Where are you taking her?
So she went in to the cop car, correct? Okay,
Yeah.
Scotty missed her going in the cop car. Did you film that?
No, but I because I was walking with her and talking with her a bit.
Yeah, because we see you guys Scotty had his camera down a little bit, and then he sees with his eyeballs that, you know, she's being put in the car. And this is the part where...
Where are you taking her? What the fuck is going on?
I'm going to just play just that, because Scott, rightly so, gets very emotional about this girl being taken to an undisclosed location, which it would be right to assume that she's going to a Scientological organization at that point, because that's par for the course for the police to just bring you back. Yeah. So then we all get to the police station. Okay. We'll just fast forward there. And then I believe you start a new stream at the police station. Let me just pause Scotty here for a second. Okay, that's you walking back. Hang on.
I kept thinking of Danny too, where they took Danny and pulled him around. That kept flashing in my head, that they were just going to go to a park and do a switch. Just get her out of the area, make it look like something, and then go just drop her off with her dad in a park or something a few blocks away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't put children first. This is
an important part of your stream here, where you go back to the stairwell. Now we have 4 cops up here.
I'm just doing my civic duty, sir. I'm here for the children.
Somebody's trying to wave you off.
Yeah.
I've told all of you about child abuse and Scientology. You saw me cry about it. I'm not fucking around about it. Pardon my language. You heard me, mustache man. I forgot your name.
This is what Kelly was doing while Scott was giving a message to the younger daughter in the car. Just so you guys are understanding the timeline here. Those two things were happening. These two things were happening at once.
You heard me say it yesterday. If this kid leaves with this guy, my life will be dedicated to Scientology. Please protect this child, you guys. Please protect this child. I don't want her in the system either, but I want her safe. Mustache, what's your name? I forgot. I don't want to have to call you Mustache Man. What's his name?
He's such a dick. He just will never talk to me.
Any female officers, by the way?
That's the part that I wanted to play. Not one female cop showed up to respond to basically some sort of domestic situation, a runaway situation, to talk to a girl who had run either from Scientology, her father, or both. They just leave, you know, like 6 male cops there to deal with it, which is also outrageous. It's just like, and we've seen female cops responding to Scientology in the last week. So they have them. It's like they don't have a shortage. We had 3 show up the other day. Okay, let's.
Well, maybe their 3 were busy, because I have heard over Broadcastify when I was trying to find the whatever it was for this incident, the calls for these. Whatever, I can't right now. There was a point where they were asking if they could get a female officer to do a search, you know, like a search of another woman. And then they had to they had to go over to a different department and see if one of their female officers could be there. It took like a half hour.
Oh my God.
So
well, it sounds like they need more female officers out there.
Double-edged sword.
Right. Let me go to live. Yeah, I mean, for sure. Let's see here. So MD Media 18 was everywhere yesterday. He was filming a fire, and then he came out here.
I appreciate it.
Okay, that's the police.
Park. Permission, you will.
So MD Media got there like right at the end.
Let her know that she's safe. Don't scare my daughter. I'm letting her know if she needs to escape. Listen.
Janelle, please get rid of that person. I don't see that one either in here. They're changing their names.
Matt trying to handle his chat here.
You can get rid of that person, please. I'm giving you permission.
Okay, that's right there. I was just trying to see if he got it too when they came out.
There, I'm taking her in the car.
See, we can't see any of that.
Where are you guys taking her?
Yeah. So nobody got a clear shot of her coming out and getting into this car. But
part of
go
it
ahead.
was that her hood was like
Yeah.
doing one of those like like avoid the paparazzi. And I just, I don't know. There was something about it happening that, I guess it wasn't supposed to end up on camera. I don't know.
It just, that's the way it happened. Okay. And then you walk all the way back to your car and then you get into the car. Okay. So we'll go to your other stream here.
Well, it took me a long time to figure out where I was going next. So I had to, and then I decided to go to the station.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then let's get you to the station here. Okay. So you're in the station. Scotty's in the station.
Of course, you're going to do that. Chill.
Yeah, she's recording me.
This bugger.
No.
Yeah, look at that. Look at what she's saying. That guy bothered my daughter.
Okay, so then she starts recording you.
I know, but he's bothering my daughter. Okay. I mean, he's an adult with mental issues bothering my daughter. At the police station. You know?
So how can he diagnose Scotty from knowing him for 2 seconds because he got upset that one daughter was brought? And then this lady, she's, I don't know. The body language. Yeah. Go ahead.
Are you going to show... I swear I got a thing where this man's posted about streamers on his in his social media.
On his Instagram or something?
Yeah, have you seen that?
Let's see here. That's vitamin water.
Thank you to everybody sending all these amazing emails.
Let's see here. No, that's about a dog. Him covering the Dodgers. Some fake animated thing.
Oh, I think it's... Wait. Oh, fuck. Is it the Facebook?
Is it on Facebook?
I don't know. Let me... I don't want to send you
If you find it, text it to me and I'll bring it up.
Okay.
Because I didn't see any on Instagram where he's specifically somebody. This is not a butt. It's 2 feet with the socks hanging down, guys. It's not a butt.
What do you?
And then apparently this gentleman, he's 78 and she's 49. No big deal. And she's having his baby.
I saw that too. I mean, I'm not.
That's his wife, Eduardo.
It's within the context of knowing about these things and child brides and such that one kind of threw me off a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he's proud of it. This is, yeah. That's somebody he knows. Let's see. I don't think he posted it on his Instagram. Or he's upset that Toyota put the gay flag up. I don't know. I can't tell. Some Mexican things. Here he is at more Scientology. In case you were wondering. You don't go to this. You don't go to graduation unless you're a Scientologist. Look at him here with these kids. This is like a little story. So he's at the graduation. That's him. Little selfie. And then here come the kids and the other people. Here's his certificate. He finished something.
I didn't see that one.
That's a course he did, guys. So, I mean, it's just like he's a Scientologist. Somebody says it's on Facebook.
We could zoom in on that one, I bet, and see what course. Oh, I bet he's in the list of
completions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably absolutely is in the list of completions. I don't know if I can zoom in on that enough to show.
Oh, maybe we can get the internet to do it. The people's clean it up in our with our tech lab internet people.
Oh no, that got really bad. Okay, never mind. I will not try to zoom in on that. I don't know. It looks like some sort of basic course. I don't recognize the certificates anymore. I will be honest with you. They've changed it all up on me, so I don't know. But guys, you know, let me see if I can find his Facebook. Usually people, he's a public figure, guys. I don't want to know what that's behind that thing there. No, he doesn't like have his Facebook attached to it. Any day now. And if you're having trouble spelling his name, it's God Inez is his last name. That's the way I figured it out. Okay, so this is him right here, because that's the same post from Instagram. Yep. There he is. There he is again. 40,000 followers. No chauffeur. Oh, that's the Google thing. Here he is at something with kids for some reason. I don't want to see that. I don't know what that's about. Guys, he's selling a lot of stuff. See, these are the license plate scam that he's doing. You want your Mexican license plate? Call the number. Call the number.
Maybe that's why Federal Agent Kelly was so obsessed with calling out everybody's license plates the other night.
Did you see any from Mexico?
No, but he's probably, he might have an international hustle. I was making a joke.
This is an international hustle. Hello, LAPD. This man is selling fake registrations to American citizens of Mexican license plates. Like this is a federal crime, and he's advertising it on Facebook. Like, what? There's one thing that L. Ron Hubbard said that is absolutely true. The criminal wants to get caught. Okay, like this is just crazy. Anyway, you guys should call and all get registered in Mexico. Let's just do it. Let's just all get Mexican plates. I'm all for it. All right.
I know, I'm down.
Yeah.
It's not funny. The fact that you're laughing is why I'm going to film you.
See, and also, if his daughter's in distress and she's back with the police, like this teen girl, she has had enough. Look at these rolling of the eyes here. She is like, whatever. She's just a Gen Z who, a Gen Alpha who is disgusted with this entire situation at this point. To be like, these are my kids cringing at me, going like, Mom, make it stop. Like at that point.
That doesn't look like an old school Scientology tactic to you? Like, oh, you film me, I film you.
Oh, no, absolutely this is.
Oh,
he's got his daughter doing it, though, and he's sitting there laughing, putting his TRs in, just like...
Fucked up what's going on right now. No, I'm yelling at you.
Look at her face. She's like, whatever, you're both cringy. Like, that's what she's thinking in her mind.
Stop lying to your daughter. Are you her mother? Are you her mother?
Yeah, they're not going to answer that question because she's not. Everyone looking at her can see that.
Well, the daughter answered, right?
So see, she's like, no. And then they're going back. And at first that lady's going to hang back. Why? Why would the mom hang back? Because it's not the mama. Not the mama. And then he like commands her to come because he wasn't going to leave her out there.
I'd like to talk to the supervisor right now.
All right. And then Scotty goes through some stuff.
Supervisor
Supervisor
comes
comes
out.
out.
I'm not even going to tell you that because you don't have a legal right to know that.
Okay, so let's get this convo from the cops here. Here we go.
What's going on?
Yeah, it's in right?
Yes. Serial number?
36212.
36212. All right. Here's the situation.
Okay.
All right. This girl just ran from the Church of Scientology. She ran through 2-3 blocks.
Right.
Ran to a house, and security guards were trying to grab her and get her dragged out of a resident's house. Okay. She was saying that she was fearing for her life and that the Church of Scientology and the police were working together. Okay. So all the officers came. No one talked to anybody.
Okay.
They just grabbed that girl and put her into their car and then brought her over here.
Correct.
No female. Okay, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
No female. It was all males.
Okay.
Officers that continue to come back to the Church of Scientology. At every phone call that the Church of Scientology makes, those same officers respond. So now those same officers are now snatching this girl and putting her in the back of the car. Okay? I'm concerned about that. Do you see how I could be concerned about that?
100%.
Okay, so are you a mandatory reporter?
Am I a mandatory reporter?
Yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes. So is CBS being contacted right now?
What I can tell you right now is that this is a medical emergency that we're responding to. We have personnel.
Then why are we at the police station, not the hospital then?
Because this is how we do things. Not how you do
You don't go to the hospital for a medical emergency?
If it needs to be.
All right. If it needs, so what's a medical emergency?
Okay. Because it's a medical emergency and HIPAA laws, I'm not going to tell you. I can't tell you.
Okay, so at this point, the cop is going to shut everybody down in partially correctly. If you are dealing with a legit, any form of medical emergency, whether it's mental or physical, that does involve HIPAA. And so they can throw the HIPAA card out there and say, I'm not telling you. But also, as he's going to point out here in a second, Scott is nobody in relationship to this because he's not a relative. He's not her guardian. So
Not the mama.
He's not the mama. Legally, he doesn't have any right to know anything about this girl once she is in custody. He's not her lawyer. So he has no legal standing to get any answer from this police officer. So even though we're all pissed and this police officer has given him a lot of guff here, please understand this is what we're fighting against right now. This exact scenario is what we're fighting against, is because advocates and witnesses of abuse like Kelly and Scotty and MD Media 18 and Solomon and everybody who's out there, Audit LA, everybody who's out there all the time. Hi, honey, I love you. Are seeing these things. And because Scientology is cloaked with the protection of religion, police, even when Scotty is explaining to this officer everything that happened, that these Scientology security guards who have no legal authority to take possession of anyone, what they did was illegal. Okay. But this cop cannot intervene because now not only is this, a medical thing that this girl, as the dad has said multiple times, she's having a moment, she's having an incident. Okay. An episode. Thank you. That's the word I couldn't remember. These cops can't do anything for the advocates that are out there because legally they can't do anything because it's a religion and now the parents are involved. And unless these cops decide, like, we got to get CPS in here to do something, that would be the next step legally that would happen in this situation. And because, nobody can go back there except for the parents, we don't know really what happened from this point forward. Okay. But let's finish hearing what he says to Scott.
I understand your concerns.
All right, is CBS being contacted? This girl literally said that she feared for her life and was running from the police.
Understand.
And so you're saying she has medical issues, but you're not at the hospital, you're at the police department. Is an ambulance coming? Because I'm calling the ambulance.
You can do whatever you want, sir. What I can tell you that we're handling this appropriately.
Yeah.
I understand that. I understand.
Is there a woman handling it, or is it all men?
I understand that you have concerns.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand. And
Is CBS involved at all right
I'm not
now?
even going to tell you that because you don't have a legal right to know that. Okay? If you did have a legal right to know that, I would tell you that. This is a medical situation here that we're dealing with.
Why the fuck is it? It's not a medical situation.
You don't need to cuss at
Yeah,
me.
I am. I'm gonna cuss at you. A medical situation requires a hospital.
Then we're done.
Okay. See, right there, Scotty, I love you and I love your passion. But this is where, in this particular scenario, where you have to keep your cool a bit. And that's, I wasn't in that situation. I probably would have been super fucking heated and I would have had to take like several walks around the block to cool myself off, to be honest with you. So the fact that Scott attempted this conversation to try and get something out, I'm proud of him for doing that. And so this cop is going to end the conversation and that's his right to do so. He's in the middle of a police station and Scotty's getting, heated, right? So there's no information. I think you go in your later stream and you filed a police report, correct?
Well, I was trying to make a child abuse report, a
Mhm.
report of suspected child abuse.
Okay.
I think they just lumped it as as a report, as a statement.
Like an incident
So,
report or something,
yeah,
or
so
witness
yay,
statement.
more things I get to do to follow up with them.
Okay. And then Surgeon Michael showed up at the police station to lend support. And then what happened? Then you guys, I'm going to try and go to the end here of your stream because I believe Scotty started having a medical incident himself shortly after that interaction with the police officer. He became so heated, he started having like heart palpitations and other things because the whole incident had him heated. And I understand that. I did text with Scott last night to make sure he was okay because I was like, holy shit, like this is a lot. But you were there till very late in the evening last night, having a lot of interactions. And then, let's see, I'm trying to see. And then this is,
also,
yeah.
just another reminder.
Mhm.
I've never had lasers and guns pointed at me, many, many times. I've never had them, steal all my shit, take my phones, and they lie to me. And
Of course.
they have a very very sordid past and relationship. So I can imagine my patience level with this shit would be like, I'm done, like real fast at that point.
Even earlier, when the cops first got called, before you encountered those two officers at the corner, when the sirens first went off, and Solomon and Scotty saw that the cops were there, Solomon was like, my PTSD is flaring up, man. This is giving me like just the presence of more and more police. So this was that plus superheated emotions about a young lady in
children.
In children. I mean, my hat's off to all of you guys for keeping it together for as long as humanly possible during the scenario. You made it home safe. This has been you're home, honey, you're home.
It's crazy.
So it's been I mean, I saw Scott talking a little bit in his stream today about his emotions, and it was a lot. It was absolutely a lot. I mean, it's a lot for us in the audience. That it's a million times more when you're there on the ground. Were you able at any point to have like a productive conversation with any of the police, do you think? Or was it just all like routine?
I don't know. I could see there's little moments where I look back and I'm like, I think I got some answers to some things. For example, this officer says multiple times to Scotty and to myself, we're aware of what we need to do as mandated reporters. I can assure you we're following the procedure and the process. When he said it to me, I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see. But he said it to him in that way just now when I heard it. And I thought, I think that is what he's saying. Like, yeah, we know that's what we're doing. But also but who the fuck knows, Also, if it weren't necessarily a full-blown psych emergency requiring what the police are going to call, because they have their own language for shit,
Oh, yeah.
But if, let's say they're going to say it's a 5150, over Victor Vector, they might say that instead of using other language like, we're having a child psychologist come and assess her here. Because there's victims advocates that come to the site. So there might also be that there's a victim advocate coming to speak to her about, we don't know the type of abuse. So if she claims anything or even alludes to there being any sort of, I don't know what you can say on the stream, so I'll keep it
No, go ahead.
Abuse. You
Right.
know what I mean. No,
Yes.
I'm not keep it clean, but I'll keep it YouTube friendly. But if there's that type of, abuse, that's also psychological abuse, that kind of trauma.
Correct.
That would require the response team from that type of agency or unit in LA to come to the site to speak with her. So that's a medical emergency in that sense.
Right.
Maybe. And that could be why they're using that. Again, I'm just thinking of things that could mean it. And again, like I told you on the phone, I probably wouldn't be coming up with all these ways that it might be this,
sure.
this, and this. But that the fact that the more I thought about it, I'm pretty sure that the dad left around midnight. So that's a really long time
Yeah.
for him to be there, for my brain not to start processing what was going on.
Yeah. And then I looked over your footage, MD Media 18s and stuff. It looked like nobody could tell how she got, but you guys figured out that she and the dad and everybody left somehow. Like they just weren't there anymore. The dad left.
The dad came out to the parking lot and moved his vehicle. He was escorted by a few officers to the parking lot, and they moved his car into the back lot and shut the gate so we couldn't see back there. And then we were asked to leave the property because we had no need to be there. They also were upset because somebody got on top of DOA's RV and started streaming into the parking lot to see if they could see if the daughter got loaded into the car. I know. People have just no boundaries. So, so when I perched it, I just waited on the corner. I swear at midnight, that was her dad's car, because I said I was looking for those very specific back windows.
Yeah.
That's what I saw. So I think, but we don't know who he left with. That's the deal.
Yeah. We don't know if he just left with the lady and the other kid, or he left with everybody. Yeah. So it's, you know, the thing about this is that this is a huge question mark on what is next for this young lady. None of us know where she is at this time, if she's back with her mom, you know, or anything. We don't have a way to track that, because my guess is that this man was told her, get her as far away from Hollywood as humanly possible, because if she were to escape again and learn from, you know, Googling and watching how many people were actually watching her and trying to figure out where she is and like what's happening, she will try to find one of you guys to tell the story. That would be my guess. You know, it's just, and somebody said they saw 2 girls in the car. So listen, chat, you guys have eagle eyes. I appreciate you so much for watching all the angles, and all the things. Before I get to some questions and comments and things, Kelly, is there anything that you want to say about this scenario?
Not really, except I'll say what you just said made me get a little emotional, because I hadn't thought of it yet, that she clearly isn't mind controlled. She's going to get on the internet one day and see the people. And I don't know why. I heard people saying that, but it didn't hit till just now. I'm like, oh shit, she's really going to actually see us out there fighting to make sure she's taken care of. So that's cool. That makes
absolutely, because the things that she told that guy, that Scientology pays off the LAPD, don't call them. There's only one way that she knows that information for certain. She's either a Scientologist who has observed this, because that's how we all know it, or she has been watching the YouTube content about Scientology because her father got into it. Like, it's a 50-50 situation. So he's not always with his kids. Okay.
Yeah.
So as somebody who spent 50%, once my parents got divorced and my mom got remarried, my dad moved from Northern California to LA to fully immerse himself back in Scientology. And that was when I was 10. And so I would only see him like a couple weeks a year. And during those couple weeks a year, when I would go to Los Angeles to visit him, he would put me in front of every sewer recruiter that existed. He would have me go volunteer my time that was supposed to be being spent with him at AOLA as a folder page for Griffey Blythe when she was the senior CS there. You know, like, or he would put me in some fakakta Scientology school during summertime where I was going to public school. I was like, I don't need, what is this shit? Like, is this 3rd grade? I'm in high school. What are we doing? You know, like just crazy stuff like that, where it was just like, I was clearly, you know, a burden for him, and I wasn't doing all these things, you know, and we'd go to events when we were there, and we would hang out with only Scientologists, you know, and it was a lot. So if that is the world that her dad is immersed in now, let's just say scenario, her mom is not a Scientologist. When she is visiting her dad, it is all Scientology all the time, because he has to show up. He has to be the good Scientologist, you know, because when you're in Scientology and you're in it, you don't have time for anything else. Nothing else exists except for Scientology. Like, it's Sunday night. This is a school night. And he's literally taking his kids to a fakakta Scientology event instead of spending the weekend time that they have, right? If it's like how we used to do it when my parents lived in the same place, it was like every other weekend we would flip houses. Okay. So if that's the scenario they're under, which is the most common scenario when the mom has more custody than the dad, it's like in every other, he's spending his dad time Scientologizing them.
Yeah.
Which this girl, she seems to be a teen, is like, not fucking today, Satan. Nope. You know, because she's on TikTok, she's on YouTube, she's on Instagram, she knows what's what. And honey, if you're watching right now, please reach out to us, reach out to the foundations, reach out to somebody. Get your mom to watch our content, you know, your abuela, anybody, someone who's a safe person in your life, you know, to help you out with this, because Scientology is very dangerous. You are spot on to run from there, to not participate in that. So that's, you know, everybody's taking bets on whether or not you're going to fall asleep. She absolutely
I know, I'm like, God, do I look that like?
No, but guys, she has not slept. She literally drove home. And then I called her and I was like, you want to go live? And she's like, okay, I need like 5 minutes to catnap. And then yes. So Kelly,
that's true.
I
did sleep for like 20 minutes, which was torturous and stupid idea.
It's insane. Go ahead.
And also, if she needed medical, if she does know her mind and she does know she needs different medical help, or for whatever reason she bailed, it doesn't even, I'll say this to her if she ever watches, and her sister and anybody else. I don't care if it's about Scientology or not. At the end of the day, I do care, but if it's because you needed something and you weren't getting it and you left an environment that wasn't healthy for you, there are people such as myself and the other people you saw advocating for you last night that have your back, and this fine human here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. We are, this is what we're about. We're trying to get awareness, and we're also absolutely 100% here to help. I just want to bring this up because she's in the Los Angeles area. I want to look in her area, actually, where her mom is, which is out here. So I've done a little googly goo here, and these are mental health services. I just want to make sure I have the right area. Here we go. So she's out here at Adelanto. So there is a crisis center. Look how, guys, this is how sad it is. There's one. She's over here. She couldn't walk to that. But anyway, there's the Valley Star Crisis Walk-in Center. If you're with your mom, it's open 24 hours. It's a mental health clinic out there. If you're still in the Los Angeles area, you have a lot more options here. If we zoom into this area here, I imagine that the dad is from the same place because of what he said to Scott. We drove for a couple hours, for 3 hours. Yeah.
He's from a different spot, 3 hours away. Mom's 2 hours away.
Well, okay. Well, he's from probably somewhere around there. I would imagine they don't live, you know. I mean,
they live about an hour away from each other is my point.
I see. Well, if she's out here in the middle of nowhere, the Univision thing said he was in Modesto, which is way up in NorCal. That's more than 3 hours away. But yeah, so there is that one. And then there's plenty more. If you're still in Los Angeles somehow, there's a lot. Please, you know, any hospital you can go to, you know, but please, please, please seek that out. There's also, let's see here. So for mental health,
any service is going to help you find the right service. So you can go to a domestic violence you know, service, whatever, nonprofit, and if you know, and they're going to help get you to the child services or vice versa. I mean,
you can call. This is bringing up Oregon stuff. Let me see here. Let me put up California because I'm in Oregon, guys. Let's get those numbers for California straight, though. We do have a lot in Oregon. So you can always call 988, which is a 24-hour suicide and crisis health line. This is the LA County Department of Mental Health helpline. Okay, that's 1-800-854-7771. That's for all of LA County, which is enormous. It's basically, you know, another country. The crisis text line, you can text LA to 741-741. The Trevor Project, you can call 800-788-7386. That's a national number, not just for Los Angeles. And then they have a Santa Clara Behavioral Health Services number, or you can text RENEW to 741-741, which is that same number from earlier for LA. Please, I'm going to leave this up here while we bring up the chats. If anyone in the chat watching needs any form of mental health help, please utilize these numbers if you're in Los Angeles, or do a quick Google search for specific numbers in your area. But the 988 number or Trevor Project line, that is national in the United States to use for mental health crisis, okay? People sent me money. Let me talk about that for a minute. Thank you guys very much. MD Media 18, thank you for supporting the streamers. We all appreciate you. I appreciate you guys so much for what you guys are doing out there every night. Thank you. Mandy McGee, thank you. Everyone last night did a good job. This is heavy. Absolutely, Mandy. Absolutely. Oz Brumby, thank you, Nora, Kelly, and all the streamers needed this debrief. Well done, all. Absolutely. And Castillas in the house. Please help these streamers document all of Scientology abuse along with the LAPD creepy cops. Donate watch hours, YouTube interactions, and write letters for them, etc. There are so many calls to action, guys, that aren't just sending me money, but I thank you very much. You know, calling into the council meetings, sending letters to the government. Fat Grammy has made great resources for that. You know, we can still all send letters into Denmark for, you know, because what got everything started in Denmark was somebody writing that book, which then sparked an article, which now has sparked a whole nationwide investigation into the child abuse in Denmark. This is how we get it going, guys. This incident that was so well documented by Kelly and Scotty and MD Media 18, Matt, that this is going to start changing the waves. Every tiny step that we make, as you know, there's like an old thing, like every one pebble makes ripples across the entire lake when you throw it in there. And this is another pebble. It was larger than most pebbles that we have seen. And this is going, we just need to keep this momentum going. We absolutely need to do that. T from Australia is in the house. Hey, lady. Thanks so much for breaking all this down, Nora. Kelly, you are amazing. Yes, I agree. The Witch Share, you sent 1111. I appreciate that. It's sickening how obvious it is that LAPD works for Scientology. And the mods have dropped Kelly's Linktree and her channel in there. So please subscribe to Kelly, the Intuitive Inquirer, not the Inquisitive Inquirer, guys. I don't know who that is. It's not Kelly. The Intuitive Inquirer. And please hit up her Linktree. You know, what have you got on your Linktree, Kelly? Have you got PayPal, Venmo, all the things?
Yeah. And the snappity chattity.
And the snippety Snapchat. All right, let's check out some. We're not going to get, guys, there are so many comments and so many questions. Kelly has to go to bed, but I'm going to pick out a few here. The way it works in my chat is my mods can't get in this back end. I'm working on another streaming service, guys, which Mindy has used, Prism. It's free. The mobile app is amazing. You might check that out instead of StreamYard. And the one here for the Garage also allows for mods to be on the back end. You can have team members and stuff at the back end like StreamYard, but it's for free, which I like that price a lot. Because these other ones are expensive. All right. Let's see here.
I love that part. Wait, thank you, by the way. Thank you. I'm on my phone, so I can't like check stuff, but I think I definitely, oh yeah, people have been kind. Thank you very much, everyone. And yeah.
Guys, we have 1,000 people in here watching right now. Please hit the like. Please subscribe. I love you. I love you back. But I mean, it's been amazing. The amount of love for you in the chat, and your actions and Scotty's actions last night is tremendous. Because it's so important. You caught so much there in your conversations with the gentleman who helped her in his home. Really, really important information.
And I want to acknowledge those fellas, because what badasses. And the thing is, I can't remember if they told me their names on or off camera, so I just am keeping quiet. But they were amazing, and I think this is why people believe in angels and shit, because or whatever it's called, where they show up miraculously on the site when you need them in human form. Talk about like who needed to be there and step up to the plate. It was just really divine, or whatever.
It was divine. I mean, it was very, it was as, as people in Yiddish say, kismet. That all those things concurred, that you saw her earlier, that you were there for the cops, you saw him running through, Scotty spotted him earlier and talked to, I mean, it was just, it was a lot of fortuitous things that all came together. Hey, it's Renee wants to know, it may be sensitive, but will any of the streamers be comfortable to knock on the apartment door and interview those guys about what happened while the cops were in the apartment?
Oh, that must be from before I said that. So no comment.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Of course I would be. I'll bring like food and flowers and beer or whatever they drink. But
if they're watching the stream, please reach out to Kelly, because we'd love to talk to you about, what your full conversation was with that young lady, and, get a bit more play-by-play on what happened there, because it was the heat of the moment at that time. And I would love to, talk to those gentlemen to find out what happened, what she looked like, her mannerisms, her body language. Those are the things I want to know about what was happening with her at that time,
Yeah.
For sure.
I think that one showed up in my chat last night. So, I mean,
okay,
we're all one big family now. But the other thing is, there's part of it, again, like I said, I talked to him off camera quite a chunk, but I also think there's a part of me that's like, I don't know. They have a lot of information, and I want to make sure that wouldn't, like, whatever. When the timing's right, I'm sure they'll be happy to.
Oh yeah, this is not a pressure thing. I don't want to like dox them or anything like that. I just, first of all, I commend them for for recognizing that someone was in distress and not hesitating, to open their door to them. That was that just shows us that humanity is still out there. The best of humanity still exists. Out there. So that's
really
good.
over Scientology, especially the neighbors.
Oh, the neighbors are over it.
Yeah.
They're over it.
So over it. No, they'll be there. I didn't mean it about them. I just meant more on the side of, in regards to just in the event that there's something actually being done.
Oh, sure.
Then yeah.
We want to make sure the cops and everybody else, authorities, get the chance to interview them and get full statements from them before it's content. That is far more important. I agree with you 100%. Stephanie with the PH says, I've started showing my kids the universal sign for help, which is tucking one finger to your palm and folding your fingers over your thumb. Like if you hold your hand behind your back and do that, that is like, you know, flashing this at people. That is the universal sign for like, something's wrong. I need help. So if you guys didn't know that, teach your children, teach yourself to do this. If you're in distress, people have been saved during active kidnappings because of them flashing that sign to passersby at gas stations, on the freeway, and other things. So that's very important. Thank you, Stephanie, for bringing that out here. Let me just scroll through here. This is very true, cute Steffi. This video shows that we have no concept of the real magnitude of stench. They have upped their blow drill tech and are really hard to shake. Pray for those girls. Yeah. The fact that possibly one of them was tracked down by security in multiple cars and like transported back to her father, that doesn't shock me. I spent many nights thinking that that was exactly what was going to happen to me when I started speaking out, that they were going to come to my house and, you know, like ninjas break through the glass and come get me and, you know, abscond with me to an undisclosed location. So yeah, that's real shit. Yes, Amy, this is very true. This is the first time for this ever being caught on a live stream. 100%. 100%.
That being said, thank you, Scientology, for calling the cops on the group for the 415. Because had you not, I wouldn't have been up there yapping it up with the cops to figure out why they're there, and I wouldn't have overheard where they were headed next. So thank you very much.
Good job. Good job. Thanks, Odo.
You saved some kids. You might have saved some kids.
Yeah. Yeah. Reconnecting in the house, she says, watching this live was heartbreaking and inspiring. Thank you to all the streamers advocating for these girls. 2024, the blow drill hasn't had the same impact. Yeah. Guess what? You gotta, yeah. They can't keep doing that shit.
It's a great day to blow.
Yeah. Here's the question. When you talked to the girl about the liquor store, did she look like she was having a medical emergency when you talked to her?
Subjective, I suppose. She looked upset.
She looked upset.
But not enough where I caught it right off the bat, but she was quick.
Mm-hmm.
It was only because at the very last moment she turned and looked at me and I saw the water in her eyes and she was a little bit in a hurry. But it was odd how much I, of all people, who normally picks up on this shit before it's within 10 feet.
Yeah.
It just kept going, you know, the energy of it was so not enough. Not enough. And there's things that I see people asking a lot of questions and I'm like,
I'm not taking all of them because there's things you can't answer. I mean, this,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. And I just wanted to just make that blanket statement that it's like, oh, I promise everyone, like when I feel like I'm not going to be fucking somebody's process up.
I haven't even gotten to the questions yet. We're still in the comments that I've searched for. No, you're good. You're good. Fat Grammy wants us to know that there's over 100,000 views on those streams so far, guys. So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing those. Thank you for spreading the word. That is amazing, because we need that. We need that. Let's see here. Snotface says, Kelly, thank you for documenting last night and keeping your cool. What you did will change everything. Also, Nora's my hero. I love you, Snotface. They tell me that every stream. Tim Mick wants to correct me here, as usual. This wasn't a pebble. It was a boulder. Let's hope the right people take action. Thanks, Kelly. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's look at these questions here. And once again, guys, I am skipping around. Please don't hate me. I love you all, but I have to get Kelly to sleep before tomorrow. Okay.
I'm cool though.
Okay. I might have missed you saying it, but didn't Scientology buy Univision? They did. They may have bought a portion of it. I remember seeing an article. And maybe I said I think they bought a Univision channel. Yes, they bought this channel, which is a portion of Univision. The KWHY TV, I think, are one of those channels. Yeah, something like that. But they bought like a Spanish channel, essentially. But I had that not totally correct, and I apologize. But I want to put the emergency numbers back up there. Steffi, we are checking. He in one of the photos I put up, he is holding a certificate. I'm gonna have to get some access to some recent magazines to see the completions in there, or something, or somebody under the railroad, underground. Under the radar, send me an email. Raised in Scientology at gmail.com, or AZED in Scientology at gmail.com. Hit me up. This is a good question. Will the father get in any trouble over this with Scientology? Yes. That is the very short answer. Yes. And we will do more streams about all of the things that will go on there. Yeah, this is the key question, Afila. If the kids don't do Scientology, why would they say LAPD work with Sciento and be scared of calling them? I pointed out earlier that I think this girl is definitely being pushed into Scientology, but she has Googled Scientology. And so that's how she knows this. Because she's a child, she's Gen Z, Gen Alpha. That's all they do. They're on the internet 24/7. 24/7. You cannot keep them from it. When I worked for T-Mobile, guys, my parents would call me and say, how do I turn the internet off for my kids? And I would say, okay, do you have Wi-Fi in your home? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, then it's never off. They will find 400 ways. I can turn off their line as long as they have power to that phone. You know how you turn it off? You take the device and you bye. That's how you get them off the internet. That's it. That's the only way. Children haven't figured out how to mind meld with the internet yet. That's the only thing they can't do. You got to take the devices. That's it. They will find, they're born hackers now. They literally come out with an iPod. You know. Yeah. Let's see here. How am I doing, guys? I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to go have dinner with my wife and then try to relax every muscle in my body. That's how I am right now.
Yeah. I thought about that.
It's a lot, guys. I mean, this is people running away. I'm like itching my body. Like, I'm fine. I'm
fine. Everything's
great. People in terror running from Scientology buildings is my living nightmare. That's what I'm recovering from. That is what I dread going to sleep, and I've worked through a lot of therapy and a lot of, I go touch horses every Friday and talk to my therapist, and doing this helps. I mean, to release some of it. But it is also like picking at a scab. And so it never heals, and it's not that I'm giving myself a scar. It's like, it's just not healed. It's just a weeping wound. But it is important because the interview I did with Cece, that was not about me. That's about Cece being the very first Scientology parent to come forward and admit even one iota of culpability in child abuse in regards to how they raise their children. There's been plenty of other parents that come forward and said, I shouldn't have put my kids in Scientology. I'm looking back on it. No. But no one has had the brass ovaries that Cece Krushko Smith has to come forward and say, not only should I not have done these things, but it was criminal. I'm a criminal. And here's the statutes I violated. And I'm going to go turn myself in. So last night, although a very hectic and wild situation gives me hope that the children that are being forced to be indoctrinated in this now are like, no, because we have Google, we have the internet. I can see the truth of this, and you're loco en la cabeza for trying to put me in this. You know, and all I can hope for is that this girl gets some actual mental health help. If she was in fact having any form of psychiatric episode, I really hope that her mom or somebody else in her family takes her to an actual licensed medical health professional to seek out that help. Kelly, any final words here? Because I want you to get like 2 days of sleep, honey.
I'm fine.
How do you
sorry.
feel? What do you want to say?
Yeah. Oh God, I can't. It's a lot. I could talk for hours and hours. I want to say to Serge and Lara, Michael, Solomon being there too. And then Scotty and MD Media, and I'm gonna feel like such an asshole if I'm forgetting somebody right now. There she is, my favorite little bitch, Jessica Palmadessa.
Yep.
I just even though maybe the on-site event was one piece to it, it was a big deal to have the different components totally unorganized, completely no group, no leader, but still it was like people, I'll go out, someone's going to go watch that car, and then they're going to make that report, and they're going to do, and all of the levels, like even Scott just applying the pressure and calling out the bullshit, like, and then I step in and I like pull the, like, I've done this before card, and just like all of it, though, and Lara like being there and then helping and feeding me grilled cheese at the end of the night. It was just a big deal. Jessica too, she was the first one on it. She was like, I'm going to go to the back gate. I was like, okay,
like you go, girl.
Yeah. And I do operate alone exclusively. So for me, those situations where humans
Ashley
get
and
together,
Griselda were there too, apparently.
There it was. Thank you. I said I was going to. Well, they're so fucking quiet. Sorry. Yeah, that's it exactly. And having those peoples there, was just cool. It was, and just being and just at Blue, the whole trip was. I forgot about your interview with Cece. I'm like, oh my God, that happened on while I was in LA.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot. This weekend, guys, has been some of the most monumental shit that has gone down in Scientological history ever. Like, and then on top of that, which I was going to do a small video about today, but I'll just mention it in passing because I'm hoping to get some other information. But then the other thing that I found out accidentally, Mike Rinder was off the Child USA board. And then today, or yesterday rather, it was actually yesterday, the Aftermath Foundation did a very nice announcement about Mike Rinder being now off their board because he's focusing on his medical issues. So this is like, all of these things are enormous because, Mike Rinder's a controversial person. Okay, just that's facts. I've said many times he's an unindicted co-conspirator of crimes of magnitude that Scientology committed over the 25 years that he was there in a position of power. I stand by that. Also, he's dying of cancer. I don't wish that on anyone. That is horrific. It is awful. He has young children. I lost my dad at 19. I don't wish those fates on anyone, regardless. I hold those two things totally separately, right? Like Mike's physical health and his well-being and him being a father in the now times to those young children, to me, is a totally separate thing from his Scientology career that he left in 2005. And the things that he did afterwards, right? It's like, I joke with people, like, I've lived many lifetimes. Like, I had my lifetime before I was in the Sea Org, then I had my Sea Org lifetime, then I had my RPF lifetime, then I had the, lifetime after where I got married and had kids and to a man, and now I'm living like my gay lifetime here. This is the best lifetime so far, And so eras of your life take on that aspect of different lifetimes. And, I texted Mike to basically, in essence, I said, I know this is super suck and like we're not friends. I've been super harsh to you on the internet. And first of all, I'm really sorry that you have cancer and that this may be the end for you. Like, I don't wish that on anybody, but also I think it would be really great. And I know I can't ask you anything. I even said that, but I was like, I think it would be really great is if in this final time that you tell the stories that haven't been told to everyone to bring that healing about that we really, really need in this community to get that truth out there. Because like literally, if this is it, like what do you have to lose? Like nobody else can get indicted and put in jail except for you, and yous is going to be dead. So let it all out. You know, tell everybody the truths so that they can start their healing journey. Because a lot of times people can't heal from tragedy when they don't know certain things. Like I never saw my dad's body. There's a piece of me that still thinks one day I'm going to walk around a corner and my dad's going to be there because maybe he didn't die. And that's ridiculous to have that thought. But, you know, Mike holds a lot of secrets, you know, in his beard, and he should let those out. He should let those out because it would heal so many people.
I think any human that holds information in that others want or that has caused them burdens and heaviness would find relief from it and healing for themselves as well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think so. All right, guys, I'm going to let Kelly go. I'm going to play us out here. Thank you all so much. All thousands of you that tuned in here. I really appreciate you guys. You know, and, Kelly and I will do this again. We'll do it. We'll be talking to each other many, many times, but I love you guys. Take care of yourself. Call those numbers if you need anything, and I will see you all on the Flippity Dippity.
Thank you.
Thank you so much to the mods, to the members, and everybody who tuned in today. Click that link. Find me everywhere. We'll chat. It's fun. Or send me some money. I need it.